Star fam, thank you so much for joining me. I apologize for the tardiness. I was running late from an appointment, and I had to adjust. I also had to, or decided, that Arnold and I talked, and we were going to make this a fashion tee, but because of what is currently happening right now with Shaboozey's statements, I wanted to kind of adjust the video. Like, we're still going to do the red carpet, but we are also going to review the show and then let everybody, talk about what we think. And then, because this has been like such a controversial take, we are just going to let everybody breathe and let everybody have their moment to talk about, or whatever this may be. I just want to leave space for whatever discussion may come after this, because this kind of like blew up when we decided to do the red carpet. We did not know it was going to be this crazy. So we didn't want to rush anything. We didn't want to rush anybody, just in case somebody wanted to talk about something or flesh something out, and this just becomes a bigger discussion. We wanted to leave space for that. So we're going to review the Grammys. We're going to get into the red carpet, and then we're going to get into Shaboozey's comments, just to, let everybody have their moment, and hopefully we can leave this better than we came. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. Without further ado, let me bring up my beautiful co-host, Arnold. You didn't know I was bringing you up.
It never stops. I was doing some research.
Oh, and got caught up. Like, does he not know? I said Arnold.
I'm so sorry. Hi, Star family.
Hey, Star fam. So also, I'm changing the thumbnail, but I just wanted to leave it up for now because it literally, we just decided this. So Arnold, I know we talking about law, but I'm going to just make this Grammys, so we can just get into the review of the show, get into the red carpet, and then whatever may come from this.
Honestly, we don't even need to read him. It just, at this point,
we're not going to read him, but
everybody know.
Everybody know. So first, let's start off with the Grammys show. So we have to get into this. This wasn't even at the Grammys. This was at the Grammys pre-show, and I honestly would have missed it had my little sister not told us to watch. So, as you know, my little sister is a music mogul, and she was at the Grammys, and a lot of her artists were up for awards. One of her artists is Kendrick, and one of the producers. And so a lot of her people were up for awards, and for some reason they moved the ethnic awards to the Grammy pre-show. So the pre-award show. So a lot of, she works in the urban music area. So we were watching it for her, and my little sister cleaned up. So congrats to Lauren Starr. But thank you. But we were watching this. And had we not been watching the show, we would have missed this moment. So our baby Durand, he is a very colorful and extremely talented singer-songwriter and just overall character. I hope he gets into acting because I think he has the presence, or even musicals. I think he has the presence for it. But he won his first Grammy, and we're just watching it, and all of a sudden they're like, so the Grammy pre-show, they need some work. Like, it was a little dry. Thank God for Durand, because when they called his name, a lot of people weren't there because, and that's why we don't have good pictures of Durand for the red carpet, because you're either on the red carpet or you're at the Grammy pre-show. And a lot of people decided to do the red carpet instead of doing the Grammy pre-show. But Durand was there because this is what he was, I think this was the only award that he was nominated for. So of course he was going to be in the building. And a lot of times, oftentimes when people would come to get the award, they were not there. So they were about to move on from him when he won. And all of a sudden you just hear somebody say, "That's me." And he starts running up, running down, running down the aisle.
It's a new meme.
It was so hilarious and heartwarming. His best friend ran up there with him because he got so excited. He forgot his speech. He had a speech prepared and he left it. And his friend ran up there to give him the speech. It was so chaotic. I have to show you. It was a beautiful chaos. I have to say, when he started off his speech with "Happy Black History Month, baby," that did it for me. But let's see Durand accept his award.
Shit. Happy Black History Month for the rest of my life. Listen, I want to remind everyone that we are all we got, and we know who I'm referring to. So please give yourself some grace and extend your kindness to your neighbor who needs it, okay? With that being said, to the Recording Academy, thank you for the Grammy. To my parents, thank you for loving and supporting me in ways that will last me 10,000 lifetimes. Behind the Access, D-Sing Records, The Nucleus, Emerald Media, Create Music Group, my team, my village, my cousins, the visionaries who believed in me enough to help guide me forward. Okay, never straight. My family and friends.
I loved him even more. I love him even more. That was just so amazing. And I'm telling you, it was the best thing of the night. Well, my sister winning it well. Her artist winning as well.
So wait, I have a question though. So that was a pre-show, but it was award. So is that
no?
Like
it wasn't. I'm sorry. I'm
technical
using
awards?
the wrong words. I'm using the wrong words. It was the pre. So the Grammys just have a lot of awards.
It was the pre-recording.
No. It was the pre-awards before the awards. So they moved a lot of the, like I said, ethnic awards to the pre-awards Grammy Awards show. And then they had the bigger ones. It's like if the Oscars kept Best Actor, Best Director, Best Film, and then put screenwriter and cinematographer.
Yeah, like the technicals.
Yeah, the technicals and all. But like supporting actor in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, they wanted to, I guess, leave room for performances. And they just gotta, if that was one whole show, it would have been very long. Like the pre-award show was like 2 hours. So it's a lot of awards to get through. And so they moved awards that they didn't think were, I gotta be honest, worthy for main television and put it on YouTube. But YouTube is getting pretty big. Like, all the award shows seem to be going there. So I'm glad that I watched. It was a nice performance. Like, the whole thing was so great. But we were all so proud. What?
Hello, Arnold. Hello, Star family. The official name, if Arnold wants the technical name, because he loves a technicality, it's called the Grammy Awards Premiere Ceremony.
The Grammy Award premiere ceremony.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
But in the way we've been saying it for years, it's the pre-show.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And you're right. It's for all those categories that are very important. Like, you can't get to all the main course,
but not televised.
Yeah.
So all those appetizers are actually acknowledged, and you don't have enough time in the actual Grammy show. So you got to do this, because those positions are very important.
Yeah. And before this, they weren't filmed. So this is them filming them, so at least people can get some footage of them winning an award, but before they wouldn't film them.
Right.
They still had them, but they didn't film them.
Yes.
This is the first year that they're filming them and putting them on YouTube. So
yes.
So congrats, Durand. That was a wonderful moment that you gave us all. And I will say this, in his speech, he said, let me tell you something. This has been 20 years in the making. I've been working at this for 20 years. Well deserved, and cheers.
And it's funny because I remember him from YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he just used to do like vlog and stuff. Like
Arnold I don't remember him from YouTube, but I remember him from Twitter. I thought he was a comedian.
I kind of did too.
I thought that he was a comedian. I did not know that he sang.
But I didn't know that he was a singer. But then I would see, then he would post like videos of him performing and stuff, or I would see videos of him performing. Yeah,
that's when I started following him. I started following him for his comedy, and I was like, "Oh, you're a singer."
Yeah, because he's
for real.
Yeah.
So congrats. The next thing that we wanted to talk about is the D'Angelo tribute. My God, today was just amazing. I will say I was disappointed in the mics. Like there was some phenomenal singers up there, and we could barely hear them, and we had our volume up to the max. This was led by Lauryn Hill. She led the D'Angelo and Roberta Flack tribute. We are going to get into that. But I first wanted to talk about the D'Angelo tribute. I thought it was so well put together.
Yeah.
When Lauryn was singing Nothing Even Matters and the camera panned to D'Angelo's piano. Hope I'm saying it right. I know they have different words for these instruments, but I believe piano. When it was his turn, when it was his time to sing, tears. It was so well thought out. And then, my God, today, to have Bilal come in there.
Bilal was perfect. Like
he was amazing. I didn't even think of Bilal for this tribute. I was thinking of everybody else. I did not think of Bilal. Bilal slowly walked on that stage and shut it down.
I think because Bilal is underrated, but Bilal has really been around for also like 20 something years and is an amazing and Bilal's from Philly, so
I was wondering where we was going to drop it. He's from Philly. He went to Kappa. He went to talent.
Yes, but Bilal is like amazing, and I think people in music, not just in Philly, but I think people in music, in musical circles, respect Bilal. And I think when they did this tribute, they knew who to get, and he was perfect for it. Like it was so perfect.
Bilal was a musician's musician.
Yes.
So the industry and bigger people might not know who he is, but every musician knows who Bilal is.
Yeah.
His vocals, I'm telling you, I heard D'Angelo. He was perfect.
It was D'Angelo, but I'm like, oh, this is still Bilal. Like he didn't lose himself in like the interpretation. Like it was amazing. It was amazing.
I really hope that this like opens up a whole new audience to him. Like the people who know him, but I'm like, I hope more people see him and be like, oh, we got to work with this guy.
Right.
I want to hear more from him. I still have Soul Sister on repeat.
I fucking love that song.
That is my song. That is my
Actually, I love that whole album. Like that album, I just still play today and just
Soul Sister sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes I love him. He did a great job. This was so beautiful. Lauryn showed up on time. Everybody was nervous, but I was like, she's not going to do her friend like that.
No. Or Roberta. Or disrespect Roberta.
Her energy was aligned to be on time for this. And she did a great job. Like that, everybody did a great job.
I thought Leon Thomas did a great job.
Yes,
I thought
Leon Thomas
did a great job. Like
Anthony Hamilton up there sparkling. This was perfect.
Yeah.
And I said, BET, get it together. Because the Grammys came for your neck.
Yeah, this is how you do a tribute.
This is how you do a tribute.
And it was meticulous. It was very well thought out who was going to do what and what role they would play, and all these artists who were obviously inspired by him. Yes.
That's what I was going to say as well. Very well thought out. they had the perfect voices for the songs. It was one of the best tributes out there. Up, we have the Roberta Flack tribute, which was just as amazing and wonderful as D'Angelo's tribute. When Wyclef came out there, I said yes. I will say this. I am so thankful to be a millennial because I think we are one of the last generations to experience the world when music was so amazing. Because when Lauryn Hill started singing Roberta Flack song, and Wyclef came out there, and she started, she hit the la la la. The way that audience, it like resonated throughout the audience. You saw like actual celebrities jumping up and down because they were just so excited to be in the presence of such greatness, of such talent, of such art. And then when they ended with total praise, I said, get me off the altar.
Oh my God.
Get me off the altar. Because, and I didn't know this, Roberta Flack was Richard Smallwood's musical teacher. So that's, you know who Richard Smallwood is, Arnold?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
And he just passed away.
Yeah, and he wrote Total Praise.
Yeah.
So to end with that, like you said before, this was so well thought out.
Yeah.
And so well put together. I was proud of this whole segment. I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't think the Grammys was going to deliver like this. I wasn't looking for them to really do a great tribute. I was like, I'll wait for the BET Awards. This, woo! BET got some work to do. This was amazing. I wanted more.
I just think D'Angelo and Roberta Flack were such respected and influential musicians, just like musicians in general. You know what I mean? And it's music, so it goes beyond color or race or anything, because like musicians love D'Angelo because he was a singer, he was a musician. Roberta Flack is a singer and a pianist and a songwriter, you know what I mean? So like if you appreciate music, you appreciated these artists. So if you can get a good tribute out of it, like they had to do them right. Like they had to do them right.
And to add on to that, you can tell that these artists were respected.
Yeah.
Because not just by how everybody showed up and showed out. Yeah. There was so much honor up there on that stage.
Yeah.
I was blown away. This was a really great segment. They did a good job.
They did a good job. And I love like Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack are some of my, like, they're like one of my favorite like musical marriages. Like, you know what I mean? Like their collabs are like everything, chef's kiss to me. And they're not of my generation, but you know, when the music is good, it transcends.
The music is good. And then to have his daughter sing his part.
Yes.
I said, y'all trying to get everybody crying. Y'all trying to get everybody crying from this tribute. This was so beautiful. This was so well done. Shout out to the Grammys. I will say the performances. Okay. There was, and let me know who this is, Star Family. There was some white girl that was in all leather. And it was like a rock performer or whoever, and it was all like the whole stage was all black. She came out there and just started screaming. I will say it wasn't for me, but I said, "Wow, that's a performance."
She did Roberta Flack.
No, this is. Oh, let me take Roberta Flack off. No,
I'm like, did I miss that? What happened?
No. It wasn't for Roberta Flack. I don't know who it was.
It was just her performance.
It was just her performance. I was just cooking, and I turned around and I hear this white girl screaming and jumping all over the stage. I said, "Oh, what is this?" Stop me in my tracks. The music was not for me, but my God, did she put on a show? Whoever that is, let me know, Star Family, because she did. Oh, wait. I do. Thank you for mentioning Raphael Sadiq.
Raphael Sadiq, yes.
It was star-studded. It was star-studded, and it was a great performance. A great tribute. Any other performances that you want to talk about before we get into the red carpet? And I do want to end with Jelly Roll in his acceptance speech.
No, I didn't really. The performances were great, but it was whatever.
Yeah, it was what it was. Listen, I didn't want to say this because I don't know if there's some fans in the Star family, but I don't know who Cat's Eye is. This was a terrible introduction for me.
Oh, you not with it. You not young. You not.
Arnold, they were terrible. It was bad, and I hate to say that about the young girls, but I'm just like, y'all have to stop posting on Instagram and get in front of Matthew Knowles. The girls were not singing. Are they? Is it not a singing group?
I didn't really see their performance. I just saw like snippets of their performance. They are a singing group, but here's the thing. It's so funny you should say they need to get in front of Matthew Knowles because they've been through the rigor. So Cat's Eye is a girl group. Mm-hmm. And as you see, they're not all Korean, but they were on like
K-pop.
But like they not technically, they came up through like a K-pop system. Like, do you know how K-pop just brings people together and be like, you want to be a pop star? And it's a boot camp.
You want to be
they be fainting, they be dehydrated, they live in these little barracks and stuff, just training to be a pop star. So that's how these girls came together and they trained the group. So like they really are all like very, very well trained, and they were on a show, kind of like a reality show too.
Okay.
But they had to go right, but they kind of went through the training. So some of them like sing and some of them really are more dancers. But because they can dance,
Arnold, we have to be honest. They were not enunciating. All I heard was fried chicken, and I didn't hear anything else. The notes they were not hitting. And here is the thing: I don't expect singing from any other good singing from any other award show but the Grammys.
Yeah,
and what they did with them young people in the beginning. Them and that Addison Rae, I said,
Addison, yeah.
We got to go back to the drawing board because what was this? But that let me know that this is what they're serving up.
This is what they're serving up.
Who is going to take Beyonce's crown?
Yeah, not Addison and not
nobody there, child.
So you don't know the commercial. You don't know the Gap milkshake commercial. That's them.
Yes, I thought that they were like dancers.
I know, I did too.
They can dance. They can. Yeah, that's their thing. That's what.
Yeah.
Now listen, they were dancing. The singing, I said, what is going on?
So this whole speech that I'm giving you, I feel very young right now because this is the same speech that I got when I was like, those like dancers who were in the Gap commercial, and my friend was like, they're not. It's Cat's Eye. What are you talking about? And I'm like, what the fuck is Cat's Eye? But yes, I just thought, you know how the Gap commercials back in the day would just get some dancers and it was cute. And I'm like, these girls are killing it to the milkshake. But no, they're a whole.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah. That's what Gap
they're a group
back in the day.
Yeah, they're a group.
Listen, say whatever you want about the Pussycat Dolls, but they can hold the note. They can hold the note. They were singing about being escorts, but they were singing down. Say whatever
and
you
dancing.
want about them.
And dancing.
And dancing.
And dancing.
Oh, the girls ain't singing no more, child.
Yeah.
The girls ain't singing.
Addison ain't singing, but Addison is like a
she's a TikToker, and they're trying to make TikTok happen. It's a rap. Go to acting. Put her in acting or something. I was like, don't let them force you into this if this ain't what you want to do.
Right. I think that's what they do. They're just like, you need to be, because she does act too, though.
They need to find something that will fit for her. Listen, Jessica Simpson was trying to do the music, but Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera was eating her up. You know what she did? Pivoted the shoes. She richer than the both of them combined.
And Zara, I love Zara. Zara Larson has a beautiful voice. She can sing.
She has a very wonderful voice. I wanted to bring her up because I feel like her team, they need to find out a genre for her because they keep on putting her in the genre that's not working. And Zara Larson's team, if you're watching, I feel like what you need to do is
take like R&B, right?
Yes, it's not working. It's not that, like, we keep on they JoJoing her. And we're not going to let them do that. What she needs to do is go back to the motherland. I think that's Sweden, and find one of them White House producers and get on the house track.
Let me tell you something.
She needs to go.
I love Swedish music. I love Swedish pop. I love Swedish R&B. Listen.
They got a little something over there. They got a little something.
We gonna do a pivot because Sweden is all of Scandinavia. Sweden is Norway and Denmark. When I tell you they be serious about their R&B, and unless you see them and see this little blonde Zara Larsson, they be serious about their R&B. They don't play. The producers don't play. They be serious about their R&B and they pop. I want to go there and just like dance.
That is the place to go. Let me tell you something.
And use my Black American cool cachet.
Oh, they're going to carry you around like a coffee cat. Let me tell you something. House music is my thing.
I love house.
I love me some house music, right? I don't play with the gentrification of house music. I don't do that. If it ain't a Black American DJ, sit down. However, South Africa and Sweden know what they're doing with that house. Black America, top. Ain't nobody touching Black Americans when it comes to house music. But let's go down to South Africa and they doing something, then hop over to Sweden and they doing something.
Yeah. I think it's some pretty good white house DJs too, but they're very much like in the vein of like they came from Black clubs and they came, you know what I mean? I love house. We should go to a house festival this summer.
I'm down. Listen, I follow this guy from Philly who do dollar parties. He do dollar parties in Philly. He was filming his last dollar party. I said, I'll be there. I'll be at the next one.
Will be.
They were in there. That will be. They were in there Wu-Tanging like crazy.
Oh my God.
Sweating out there, silk press. Wu-Tanging. I said, I'm going. It was a good
I want to go to that. We're going to that.
So here is the thing.
But that being said, I really like Zara. I do.
Me too.
I mean, I want her to like.
She got to get in the house.
But I like her a lot.
That's what she's going to do.
And I thought she looked beautiful.
She is. That's from, what's her name? Don't turn up. Don't turn up. Don't you carry it up. Pound me now. Walk away. You know how. If you don't want to see me dancing with somebody, that's my song. I don't know the girl. I'm sorry. Don't give up.
Dua Lipa.
Yes. That's where she started. When her early music, she gets me up. That's what Zara needs to go that way. Zara needs to go that way. So
I know Dua is a huge like megastar now. Dua's debut album is like my favorite of all her albums. Like it's everything.
That's when she was with that guy who's cosplaying black. What's his name? Calvin something. You know that DJ? He said that he couldn't get work with his name. He's a white guy. He could not get work, so he.
That was her boy. Calvin.
Harris, right?
Calvin Harris. Yeah.
Yes, he changed. That's not his real name. He changed his name to Calvin Harris because he couldn't get work. So he was just like, people are going to let me into that genre with a black name. And so he said he would get there and show up and nobody, what you going to do? I didn't book the gig, but that's why that's not his real name. Wait. I knew it. I said, I ain't never met a white Calvin. Well, it worked for him. But let me get this right.
That's not his. I'm sorry, y'all. We supposed to be talking about the Grammys.
We are.
That's not his name.
That is not his real name. He changed his name to Calvin Harris because he could not get. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna keep this comment up with Just John because I want to talk about that. But let me get his real name. If you don't want to see, I gotta play that when I get off of here. Dancing with somebody. It's like a Swedish something.
I knew he was white. I always knew he was white. Like I never thought he was black. And he's British.
Adam Richard Wiles.
Calvin.
He said he had to do it because he couldn't get
I'm not gonna lie though. It worked because I love Calvin Harris. Listen, he can mix. He can make a song and get me up.
What he had to do. He got it in him. He got it in him. But he did what he had to do.
He got the chops. Like, he's a good ass producer. And like,
Calvin, Adam, get with Zara. Get with Zara. And watch she come out with some bangers. I'm waiting, sister. Let me get this comment from Just Jonda, then we're going to get into the red carpet. Just Jonda said, I love Ace of Base down until the male singer revealed himself as a lover of the Third Reich. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that is because I
have something to add too.
The worst thing happened to me. I was, I love a little song. This is back at my old job. I was singing that song, the top of my lungs. I saw the sign in the break room, and it opened up my eyes, and I am happy now living without you. I let you go. Oh, oh. At this time, I was working for like 6 rabbis. Walk with me.
Oh my God.
Walk with me. And my coworker was like, Nikki, do you know about that group? I said, Ace of Base? Yeah, I love Ace of Base. And I started going on about how much I love Ace of Base. And she was like, oh, Nikki, do you know that they're Nazis? I said, what? Oh, I said, no, they're not Ace of Base. She said, no. She said, no, they're Nazis. She said, that particular song is about Jewish women who they considered at the time to be welfare queens. And I said, what? Because I didn't really, I was a child. I didn't remember the video, but I remember the song. We watched that video on her computer. If y'all have time, go back and watch that video.
I'm watching it when we
it is like a 3-minute racist commercial. It is insane. And then they have like a close-up on it's like this Jewish lady who is like, she's no, it's All That She Wants, not that.
Yes, it's All That She Wants.
We watch All That She Wants is Another Baby. So
that's what it's about. They're saying she's having a baby. Yeah.
How Jewish women continue to have babies so that they can stay on welfare. And throughout the video, it's this Jewish lady who is pregnant and she is just lazy and laying around. And they keep on singing about her. All that she wants is another baby. And like the end of the video, the camera zooms in on a Star of David. The way I was mortified. I said, oh my, I love them. I deleted their music and I felt so terrible. But to find out that Ace of Base is Nazis while working for rabbis was a tough moment. But everybody knew that I didn't it's funny. Because everybody knew that I didn't know. Yeah. Who would have known?
Funny enough, really quickly, Ace of Base, is really just like a kind of knockoff 90s version of ABBA.
Yes.
And they're both Swedish groups with 2 guys, 2 girls. That's the whole shtick. So one of the ladies from ABBA found out when she was grown that she is like a Nazi baby. So they what? You know what I'm about to say?
No. But you said ABBA Nazi baby. What?
ABBA Nazi baby. So they would like pay German women to like basically mate with like a very Aryan looking man. So like a Swedish man or a Norwegian man or something like that. And that's like what her mom did. And she didn't know her father. I think she was adopted or she just didn't know her father. But yeah, basically she was born as part of this program where they were like, oh, we want y'all to have like white Aryan babies and they got to look like blonde hair, blue eyes. So like y'all got to get like the whitest white people. And as a German woman, it's your duty to like have a baby with them. And that's what they were doing. And she found this out as an adult. But she wasn't a Nazi. But she, found this out like, who's my father? And yeah.
I did not know they were breeding white people. I thought it was just us. My God, today.
It was a whole thing. It was a whole German program. Like we got to repopulate like Germany with Aryan children and like the children have to look this certain way. And yeah, it was a whole and the women got paid to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
To the red carpet we go.
To the red carpet we go. Sorry for a little historical moment, but yeah.
That's what I was about to say. We're very informative over here at Nikki.Star TV. Oh my gosh. Let's get into
But it's still safe to listen to ABBA, y'all. That they not on they not on Ace of Base.
They're not Ace of Base. My God,
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Oh, the video was All That She Wants Is Another Baby, y'all. My God, today. Just horrifying. There we go. All right, let's get into the red carpet. The first look we have of the night is Gesselstein. Wait, no, you say, who is it?
He's a French producer.
How you say his name? I'm sorry.
I don't know how to say it. I'm pretty good with this usually. And I also would never have guessed that he was French, even though he is giving me like a Daft Punk thing. Gesselstein.
Okay.
That's probably okay. Gesselstein? I don't know.
We saw him. He won his award. Him and Durand were the best thing about the Grammy pre-reward show, because he walked up there and they were like, oh, they didn't know that this was really him. Yeah. They thought it was somebody else. They didn't know that this was really him.
And he won. We should say he won for a remix that he did of Lady Gaga's song "Abracadabra." So he won a Grammy for a mix that he did of Lady Gaga's song. Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Good for him.
Yes.
I want to say this right now for anybody who might ask. This is not blackface.
I'm so yes. Come on.
You saw him and was like, blackface. I said, this is not blackface. Blackface is very specific. This is not it.
And this is very specific.
This is very specific for him. He had this mask, it mimics his hair. He really looks like this, just white. It mimics his hair, his eyes, his nose, his lips. Like this fit him literally to a T. So I don't think this is blackface. I just think that this is, somebody doing art.
So when I was looking up his outfit, it was like, oh, who is he? And is this blackface? The viral debate. And I said, I don't know a single black person who thought that this was blackface. Like, this is not what blackface is. Like, this just lets me know that white people don't know what blackface is. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is not blackface. This is an artistic. This is no more blackface than what Daft Punk does. They only come out in mass, you know what I mean? Or what Sia does. Sia always has her face covered by her hair and stuff like that. Like, it's just his little disguise and it's his shtick. But this is not blackface.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I thought it was very creative, especially when
thought this was so cool. I thought it looked so cool.
I should have put a picture of what he actually looks like. He literally looks like this guy.
Oh no, I want to see him. I've never seen him.
Let me bring a picture. But he really, I thought that this was creative.
Oh yeah, he looked just like that.
We got people talking about him. I had no idea who he was, and this made me look him up. And he's a Grammy winner, so I thought that it was a really
he's a DJ
for him to do, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
I'll bring a picture right now for you guys.
But as far as the clothes, I mean, he's just wearing really a traditional tuxedo. I think it looks amazing. I think it looks really cool with the black. If you see it, like at least in all the pictures, I say it almost looks like a little bit of a brushed material. So it's not a stark black, at least in all the photos that I saw. And I think it looks so cool and so chic, and it fits well. And I think it looks really cool with the black, I don't want to say gloves, but the black hands and the, black mask. I think it looks really cool.
I thought that this was a great look. I thought that it was really creative. I thought it fit him very, very well. And he just looked cool. It was a cool look. He looked like a really fly Old Navy model.
Old Navy?
No, not model. Old Navy mannequin.
Yes.
The Old Navy or JCPenney mannequins.
That they were just black, yeah.
Yes.
They were very shiny black.
No money into this. You see them at John Wanamaker. That's what he looked like to me. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to bring his picture.
They don't know about John Wanamaker.
Oh, yeah, they don't. Where Mannequin was filmed. Oh, okay. That should work.
You doing him without the mask?
Yeah, I'm doing him without the mask, but wait, I had to change the name because it's a name of another one. There it is. Oh, there he is. Let's bring him to the stage. He looks just like this was so smart. Yeah. Like that's him. He looks just like that. Is he wearing the same suit?
I was about to say he's like wearing the same thing.
But I thought this was really smart. Congrats to him on his Grammy for a remix. I know that's right. Yeah. And for standing out. This is I really also like this because this is what I want at award shows. Unless it's like the Oscars or the SAG Awards.
This is like perfect for the Grammys, yeah.
Yes, I feel like for music awards, they can have more fun. Yeah. And I thought that he was having fun and just really looking really good, just very well tailored. I actually really like this. Next up, we have the body.
The body.
That is Teyana Taylor.
Yes. So Teyana is in, first of all, she is on a red carpet roll. She missed a red carpet. Like, she's looking good at all of them, but she's at every one too. Like, she said it's her season. So she is in Tom Ford by Hader Ackerman. This is actually a crystallized version of they did this dress, but it didn't have like the crystals, it's like fully crystal encrusted. They did this dress on the red carpet. It didn't have the crystals and it wasn't in this color. So I think they just did this one for her. And that's what this is. And this looks so fucking sick. She's wearing Tiffany jewelry.
She looks amazing.
It just looks amazing. Like the body is like, this is insane. Like this is an insane body. Like you shouldn't even be looking like this. Like,
a mother of two.
Like a mother, 2 times. Like she's giving birth with that body. Like come on.
She absolutely looks amazing. I saw this dress and I was like, of course. I mean, if I had that body, I would wear that too.
Yeah.
She looked so great. I always talk about this. You can tell that this was tailored.
Yeah.
Tell that they made sure this
is like dripped onto her.
Yes.
And to cup her titty.
It paid off. She looked stunning. This was a moment. And just like Homeboy, the mannequin, this is how you show up.
Yeah.
This
is appropriate for the Grammys where you can go a little more out there. You know what I mean? And even though this is like very revealing, I still thought this was like elegant and slinky and cool. Like
it's
I thought
revealing, but it's tasteful.
Yes.
It looks like art.
Yeah. And then like the accessories are perfect. Like her hair is perfect for it. Like it looks so good.
Everything worked so well together.
It looks so good.
She has a phenomenal team.
Yeah.
She has a phenomenal
team. Yes.
They are doing a great job with her. She stunning. Took my breath away. Yeah. Next up we have Bad Bunny. The album of the year, right?
Album of the year. He won 3 awards, but album of the year was the big one. What were the other 2? One was like a Spanish language award. I don't remember what the third one was, but album of the year, which is like the big.
Yeah, that's the big one because
to be honest, I mean, I know we talking about the clothes. I really can't think of another album from last year that was as impactful as this album.
Well, we were rooting for GNX over here, Arnold.
Who was that?
Lauren. That's Kendrick Lamar. So we were rooting for that, but we are still happy.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
But this is a great album as well.
I just thought that this was like, it had like the most stream. Well, maybe not the album, but he has like the most streams. Like he's the most streamed album. Artist on the planet. Mm-hmm. He did his tour and his residency, which like they extended it and it's still like outsold everything. And now he's going on a world tour. He's had like several singles and stuff like that. And yeah, GNX was a huge album and it was great. But I said like this was like the most impactful. Like it really was like, if you think of what the album of the year is, like you think of like all the things like this. I mean, the Grammys doesn't really go by like sales and Billboard charts and stuff like that. But it just was the album to me. I'm like, it kind of felt like it was going to be the album of the year because like it was like the most popular, the biggest, like, and worldwide, like, you know what I mean? All over Latin America, all over America. Hell, I've been listening to the album like nonstop and I do not speak Spanish.
Let me tell you something. That one song, I don't even know. I can't even pronounce the name of it, but da ba da ba da beso da eso da do da 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 ba da da da. That is my jam. Let me tell you something.
That's the title track,
Although this is a GNX household, that song is ancestral.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I hear that, I get chills. I feel my ancestors.
No, you do. And he was actually very, very intentional about that. I don't know if you saw when it was like the final show that he did from his residency in Puerto Rico. He was very intentional about like using all different kind of music and musicians from Puerto Rico. He used like drums, which are like bomba drums, which like very much came from Africa, all the African people who, you know, were taken to the islands. And it was very Black. It was very like of Africa. So it's funny that you say like, oh, I felt it was ancestral. It is ancestral to you because you're a Black person. You know what I mean? So and then it was like,
me wakes up.
Yes. And again, like it really transcended language. And I love that song. I love all the songs. And like, I don't speak Spanish and I'm singing along to these songs. And I was watching the concert and I was like loving it. And I was with a bunch of people who were crying because I went to my Puerto Rican friend's house and they were all like sobbing because they were so moved. And I was like, what is happening? But then I was like, at one point I was, because first it was like one person at one song, but then throughout I'm like, oh, like everybody is really emotional. Then I'm thinking like, oh, they must be hearing something that I'm not. I don't speak Spanish. But then I'm like, they're from North Philly. They don't speak Spanish. Like, but they know, so, you know, they just felt it. And I'm like, if music can do that to you, it is that. And then when I started listening to it alone, and you listen to like, if you get like a little bit of a translation, I watched this one guy, this Puerto Rican guy, he would have his mom listen to it. He doesn't speak Spanish. His mom speaks Spanish. And he just was filming her reactions. It was a big thing all over the internet. People were having their T.I. and T.O., like their family older family members listen to it. But they were doing it to like one song. He did a series where he had her listen to a couple songs. And at one point, she just started crying. And he just stopped the music. And he was like, what's wrong? Because he doesn't speak Spanish. And she was just like, I used to listen to these songs with my grandmother back in Puerto Rico before we moved to New York. And she said, like, I wish you spoke Spanish. I wish I had taught this to you so you could feel this way that I'm feeling. And he said to her, like, well, I mean, I feel it because you feel it. You know, obviously you're my mom, you're crying. And she was like, no, like when you hear the song, and she was translating it for him too. So she was just like, he's saying, I wish I took more photos. That's the titles, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I took more photos because, you know, you left the island, you left home, and you wish you had more pictures of your island. You wish you had more pictures of your family and your friends that you left on the island. Because it's really a commentary about like Puerto Ricans can't afford to live in Puerto Rico anymore. So they moved to the mainland. But it's all kind of social commentary and like love commentary all over the album. And it just was amazing. And, you know, we love Kendrick. Sorry, Lauren, but I was not surprised that he won. I wasn't surprised that it won because I was just like, yeah, this was like the most impactful album of the year. And I love him. But back to the fashions, because this is really phenomenal. He is wearing Schiaparelli couture. And he is the first man piece of Schiaparelli Haute Couture made for him from the house. Couture Fashion Week was last week in Paris. They showed the couture collection. Mm-hmm. And Haute Couture is really for women. Like it's women. It's all high fashion, like made to order for clients. It's, you can't buy it at a store. You have to special order it. It's made for you, made on you. It's extremely expensive, which is why like really only multimillionaires and billionaires and stuff buy it, because it is extremely expensive. It is extremely time costly because everything is made by hand. And that's what this was, Schiaparelli by Daniel Roseberry. And it's just a gorgeous velvet suit tuxedo with like a wasp waist and this amazing, like this picture doesn't even do it justice. It's like corseted, like in the back. I just thought this looked so cool. He looked so so elegant. And I just thought this looked amazing. I thought he looked so cool. And not just because I love him. I was just like, oh, that's like a fly suit. Like,
yeah, I thought he looked great as well. I mean, I like the suit from the front. And when he turned around, I said, oh, yeah.
Yes.
You came to win. Like, you came to win.
You came to win.
Really, really great. I just like with Teyana, I think he has a great team as well. I don't know who stepped in, but he made a huge transition, and not just his look and his music as well. And he has been killing it.
Yeah.
And listen, of course, you know, the household was rooting for GNX, but what an album to lose to, because just like how GNX is a love letter to Black and Brown LA, this is a love letter to Black and Brown Puerto Rico. And I just think
for sure
that was like I said, I don't know the words. I feel it. I feel that passion throughout the album. And, you know, congrats to him. His speech was so beautiful.
His speech was he's just
a good guy. He's a really good guy. And I love the fact, one thing that made me start to like really get into him was when he decided not to tour in America, because he did not want ICE outside of his concerts. So he just refused. He said, I'm not going to have people who come to my concerts be harassed by ICE. So he just mainly just tours in places without ICE, and, you know, Puerto Rico.
Well, yeah, he's doing Puerto Rico and then like the world tour. So basically,
the world tour. So, you know,
he's not doing mainland United States.
He's not doing mainland United States. Them United States ain't united. He is not risking his people, and I love that. I
also love so much that and I think people think it's like a shtick. English is his second language. And he's fairly new to English. Like, I mean, I'm sure he could speak a little bit of English, but like he speaks with a very heavy accent. And he's been very intentional about like, no, I'm speaking Spanish. Like, I feel more comfortable speaking Spanish, and like I'm speaking Spanish, I'm singing in Spanish, and you're just going to deal with it. Like, you're just going to have to translate it or something.
Here's the thing. I thought it was a shtick. And then I watched the Grammys and I'm like, oh, he's not playing.
No, he's not playing.
Like, he don't speak English. I had no idea. And I was like, Trevor Noah kept on coming to him. I said, leave him alone, because he's like thinking about what to say. I'm like,
I don't want to say he can't speak English. He can speak English. I've heard him speak English a lot, but like when he first became popular, he would like do interviews and the interviewers would be speaking English and he would be like, I don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to speak, you know what I mean?
You got to learn my language, baby. I don't have this.
He knows English, but he's very like, Spanish is his first language, and he's way more comfortable.
I thought that he was just refusing to do it.
No. He'll speak English in interviews.
No, he has, but I didn't know that it was like, oh, I thought that he was like a perfect English speaker. I didn't know. No. Yeah, I didn't know that this was like, oh, this is really your second language. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was unaware of that, because also, how the hell did his relationship with Kylie Jenner work out? How were they communicating?
I think that was for a press relationship.
Okay.
Because he don't talk about it, and she don't talk about, and it was Kendall.
No, it was No, okay, Kendall. Yeah,
it was Kendall.
You're right. I was like,
he don't talk about it, and neither do she. Like, they just moved on like it never happened.
Listen, the team did what they had to do. Good for them, and congrats to Bad Bunny. Oh, since we're talking about it, a lot of people were in here talking about Cher. Oh my God. When she said Luther Vandross and looked to see if Luther Vandross was going to come on the stage, I said, now Cher. Why did they prepare mother for what she was going to do? She was so unprepared, but she looked great. She looks great.
And listen, Cher is 80 years old.
She looks amazing.
Give grace.
She said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, the winner is
she 80. Her man is like 34.
Listen, she living her best life. Good for her.
And they broke up and got back together. So like I think he loves her. Huh?
He don't love her. That's a legend. That's a legend. He not messing up with that legend. But that legend, she got protection. So I don't know if he's going to get what he think he gonna get. But
yeah.
Listen.
But Cher, I don't think Cher is that kind of like, I don't think Cher done been around the block and had her share of men. And I think she like, listen, this ain't what you think. Like, we,
Yeah, I don't think she's going to let him play her. We'll
like
see.
She told her mother, and it's my favorite Cher quote, when she said that her mom was like, why don't you just settle down and marry a rich man? She said, Mama, I am a rich man.
Period. An icon. Next up, we have Sabrina Carpenter.
I think Sabrina Carpenter was nominated for a couple too, but I think she got shut out.
She didn't win anything she was nominated for.
Yeah. She is in Custom Valentino. And I believe it is Custom if it's Custom, it's by Alexandro Michele. So he's the designer at Valentino. Oh, also RIP to Valentino Garavani. Yes. We were going to talk about that during the fashion one, but yes, RIP to Valentino.
We're going to reschedule the fashion tea, guys. Don't worry.
Yes. So she's in Valentino.
I thought this is the thing. Sabrina Carpenter is so tiny. I hate that they're making her team makes her wear the bodysuits thing. This is the thing. I knew when Beyonce put that bodysuit on for the first time, it was going to have the young pop girls in the chokehold, and it has. Everybody's been in the damn bodysuit since, and I'm just like, let Beyonce have that, and you could do something else. So I hate that they are always putting her in these little bodysuits, but this is like, it's one of the best looks I've ever seen her in. I think this is so pretty, so appropriate for her. It fits her so nicely. She sparkled on that red carpet. She looked so cute. I love this look on her.
Yeah, I think they do her in the bodysuits because if you don't put her in pants, it makes her legs look longer. You know what I mean? Because she's so tiny.
I got you.
And if you put her in like a little bodysuit and some heels, it gives the illusion of like leg because she's not wearing pants. You know what I mean? And it does because she's really, really petite. Short and sweet because that's her album. I thought this was really, really pretty. I think it's like an amazing dress actually, and I think she looks really good, and it is different for her. My only critique is, and it's not really a critique, I maybe wouldn't have done this for the Grammys. It's a little like safe and pretty for the Grammys. Not that you shouldn't be safe and pretty for the Grammys, but I feel like she could have worn something else, and she could have worn this to like a Golden Globe or something like that.
I absolutely agree. Agree.
But it's beautiful, and she looks good.
Yeah. And this was the time for her to have fun. I also will say, out of all of the young starlets that performed at the Grammys, she ate them up. She did a really, really great performance.
Her performance, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she's somebody who's very well trained, and you can see it. I don't know what the dove meant. I thought somebody passed, but it was a cute little performance, and good for her. She really stood out. So, that's why you were nominated, Sabrina.
She's a fun performer.
Yeah, she's a fun performer. I like watching her. Okay, next up we have Somber. Okay. Arnold.
So Somber is all. Oh, I don't know who Somber is, and I don't know anything about him. But
list.
Here's why.
Okay.
I like his outfit. He's also wearing Custom Valentino by Alessandro Michele.
Valentino.
I thought this looked amazing. And I think this is how, if you like a young rock star or something coming to the Grammys, this is how you bring it. I think he looks like a rock star. Like this is like a Mick Jagger type. Like I think that this looks so cool. I love the shoes. Another Harry Styles variant. Yeah. You know what? It is a Harry Styles variant, but I don't like giving Harry all that because Harry is a knockoff too.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So like Harry is got Mick Jagger pieces, got Elton John pieces, you know what I mean? Like, and I like Harry, but it's like I'm not giving Harry too much, but I also like Harry's look too. But yeah, I thought that this was really, really cute. I love the suit. I love the suit jacket. I love the little like lacy mesh top. It looks very 70s. It looks very glam rock is like and I just thought that this was such a cool look. And this is how you come to the Grammys, especially if this is like your first. I mean, he's a newer artist because I don't really know much about him, but you're a newer artist, a young artist. This is how you push through at the Grammys because we're talking about him and I don't know nothing about his music, but like his
that's how you get us talking. This is very smart. If you don't know your music, let us make us want to Google you.
Yes.
I really like whatever he's bringing because I like the stuff from the past, right? The old school stuff. I like when the white boys be giving us rock star.
Yes,
rock star, and this is what I felt. It was given like a lot of Mick Jagger. I like wherever his team is pulling from, the references they're pulling from, like 70s and 60s rock stars, like Basola said. I like what they're doing with him. I thought his red carpet outfit was cute. I didn't like the little lace thing under because he has a long neck, and I didn't feel like it was helping. I don't know. It didn't help the look. However, his performance look 8.
He's new. I'm sorry. He first came out like 3 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah.
I loved his performance look. That was my favorite look of the night for him. He just sparkled all around that stage.
What did you think of his performance?
It's not for me.
Okay.
I'm more of a Green Day kind of girl.
Okay.
But the kids love it.
Okay.
But this, I like what he got going on. Good for him. Good for him, Sombre.
Yes.
Good for Somber. Next up we have Olivia Dean.
Best new artist.
Come on me. Hey, congrats, sister.
I love it. So Olivia
she got a good album too.
I tell you,
I wasn't
no skips.
No skips. Let me
skips.
tell you something. I put you the best thing you could do is put that album on and take a drive out to Malibu. Ooh! In the space.
Or light a candle and take a bath or something.
Yes.
I am really big on, I'm trying to stay offline as much as possible because, we live under fascist rule and they really are targeting the online, and I, don't want to do all that anymore. I've been very heavy on going analog, and I was saying it all before Christmas, and my boo got me a CD player and her CD, and he got me some other CDs, but like he was like, what you been listening to lately? And I'm like, oh my God, I love Olivia Dean. I've been listening to Olivia Dean. And I got the album, I got the CD, and I'm like, oh my God, like I love this person, and I got the CD. And yes, it is such a good album. She is such a good musician and singer, and she is like effervescent in her performances and fun, and she is an amazing, amazing songwriter. Like if you listen to those songs, you really like feel it like in your gut. And they're not even like all sad songs. Like the happy ones, you feel it. The somber ones, you feel it. You know what I mean? But so I'm so happy that she was nominated and that she won Best New Artist, and very well deserved. Yeah, she went viral. Like it's that perfect combination of like stuff that goes viral and you listen to it in like little 2-minute clips or whatever. Or how long is a little viral TikTok?
I think the first video I ever saw of hers was 30 seconds. And I said, what's this song?
Yeah, probably something like that. But great songs, and she definitely lived up to the hype. But she is wearing Chanel, and I think that she has an amazing stylist. Like, I've loved everything that she's been wearing. When she was on Saturday Night Live, she was wearing new Versace, and she was like the first celebrity to wear it because, you know, the first new designer at Versace since Donatella left. She was up and coming designer. She was designers like Versace and Chanel. And I think that this is so pretty and so ladylike and so her. And I don't usually like Chanel on the red carpet.
Oh, really?
Chanel is very boring on the red carpet sometimes.
You know what? You did say that. You were talking about Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. And Chanel sucks people into these contracts where they only wear Chanel. Like Margot Robbie was only wearing Chanel. And I think Margaret Qualley is like only wearing Chanel now. And it's like, y'all don't be picking the pieces. But I thought this, I don't even see the shoes. I didn't even see the shoes. Oh, I see them. I see them. They're the new shoes. They're the new Chanel shoes. Here's the thing. It can read like old lady, and also like this, certain pictures of this made her look really, really short because it's voluminous, but it's not like a lot to it. Mm-hmm. It's weird, but I just thought it was pretty. And I think that it like little feathers and stuff, and it needs to be in motion, but I just thought she looked so pretty.
Yeah.
I thought she looked so pretty.
And she had fun in this dress. I will say this was
fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I will say this dress was giving me Golden Globes, but just seeing how happy she was, and I said, I'll leave it.
And I love her little dress that she wore and performed in, her little red dress. I thought that was so cute. Yeah.
I thought she just was, you know, really cute and just adorable. Yeah. And I think it fits her so well. And I loved her hair. That was my thing. I loved her hair especially.
Oh, I always love her hair. It's always like
very like old Hollywood glam, and I love that. Very Nina Horn. I thought it was really nice. Congrats, Olivia. Well deserved. Next up, who is this? There are no one of them on here. Cat's Eye. They are in a lace ensemble by Wet Seal.
They're in Ludovic Saint-Cernon.
Okay.
So it was a reason I wanted to talk about Cat's Eye. First of all, I really love Ludovic Saint-Cernon, but I thought that this was cute, and is someone else that we're going to talk about too. You want to go to the next one?
Oh, okay? Yeah,
because it's a
Flo. And this is Love Them Down. They looked a mess.
Yeah. This is Flo, and if you guys don't know, Flo is a British R&B like girl group. I'm
in a cardboard box, changing my number, and I'm changing the locks. I love it.
They're in Loire, you know, Black History Month, Black designer. I love that we're going back to an era of when we had groups and the groups come out in matching group outfits. I just miss that. That's what I wanted to do. That's literally what I wanted to talk about. Whether I liked it or not, I'm like, oh, they a group.
Yeah.
And I can see that they're a group. Like visually, I can see that they're a group. You know what I mean? Because we got to a point where like even the groups, which is what you wearing? Oh, this is what I'm wearing. And we just going to stand together. No, like I want to see that y'all are visually a group. That it's like, you know what I mean? And I just missed that. And I thought it was so cute. And I actually think some of the Cat's Eye girls look better than the others. You know what I mean? It could read
nice because somebody done told you about Cat's Eye so you don't feel old. They look a mess. They sounded a mess and they looked a mess. Listen,
no, I'm not giving them any credit for being like top-notch singers or anything.
I will say this: the girl with the cross lace one, that's cute. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this, Flo, I will take them. Look at a mess, because them girls got hits. I'll take it. But they look a mess because I feel like this is them building and growing. Because remember who started here. Remember who looked a mess. This is a Tina Knowles.
This is a Tina Knowles. But
I'll take that from them because I know there's going to be growth.
That's what I wanted. This is a Tina Knowles.
I don't see Cat's Eye being around much. First of all, it's too many of them. It's 62 members in a group. Ain't none of them making money. It's too many of them. Flo, Oh, we're gonna hear from our girls. They got something going. And when I saw this, I saw their outfits. I said, absolutely, absolutely. They're wearing matching outfits. They look a mess. It's giving Survivor. I said, you're in good hands. This is where our girls started. This is where our girls started. Look at them now.
That's what I wanted. Like group
You're
stuff.
in good hands. I will say the tall girl, I love her hair. Whatever that is, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. I love that. The one in the middle, they got to do something. The color is washing her out. It is. It's not working. But I listen. Don't worry about that flow. Don't worry about that. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. You're going to look back and say, win.
But that's what it was. Like, I liked seeing groups giving me group visuals on the red carpet. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. And you know what? Pharrell and the Clips did it too. They was in little pink salmon suits.
I was going to initially, before Pharrell did his speech, I was going to. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt, Arnold. I'm hurt. I can't believe he did this to me.
I do not like him.
I loved him. I don't know.
I loved Pharrell.
I said, what is Trump paying you? What is going on?
And I loved the Clips. And Chad is suing Pharrell. It was all a lie. And Pharrell's the problem.
Khalees was right.
Khalees was right.
If she would have never took that shot at Beyonce, we would have listened to her.
Never stop working. Always work. Work until you die.
And if you love it enough, you'll do it for free. And I was just like, oh, Pharrell, you are so out of touch. He's
so out of touch.
And I really liked him in the Clips. I loved their look. But no, absolutely. He changed music.
He changed music.
Do you remember being in a lunchroom, somebody get a pen and stuff? Like it just. I was so disappointed in him. I said, "Wow, Pharrell."
Well, I loved all the Clips stuff.
Everything.
I mean, not the Clips. The Neptunes. I love all the Neptune stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Well, unfortunate, but Cat's Eye. Listen, who was gonna go solo? Who got the chops to go solo? I'm asking you. I don't know nothing about
that. I don't know. I don't.
Well, listen, Cat's Eye's team, if you're watching, you got to do some damage control. That you put them girls on the Grammy stage and they were not ready. Do some damage control. Have the one that can really sing a cappella, and have the other girls doing splits in the back.
Like I said, a couple of them are like more dancers, and in the show, you really got to see like what their strengths was. You know what I mean? Like each of them had a strength that made them a cohesive group. But I think they can all really, really dance. They're really entertaining and they're cute and they're like multiracial, and that's their thing. And they have catchy little songs. Whether they can.
Okay, they say Laura. The Desi chick, they're saying that she the one that can sing. Y'all got to.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Like, I think that she is like her or the other girl. She's biracial, but she's like Swiss and black, and she's very cute. And like, my eye is drawn to her when they're like dancing and performing. Her and Laura, yeah.
Okay,
they're great girls. They're fun, but yeah, if
they can't touch flow.
If the Grammy debut wasn't good, that ain't good. But
yeah, that ain't good. They can't touch our girl Flo. Never like your mama, so I guess she's blocked. Yeah. I love it. Next up we have Miley Cyrus. I don't know why Arnold wanted me to put this look up here. I thought Miley looked a mess.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
First of all, respect the queen. We love Miley. Okay.
We do.
Miley.
Oh yeah, I love Miley, but Miley, this wasn't your best work.
Miley on her legendary status. I wanted to talk about Miley because Miley is wearing Celine by Michael Ryder. Michael Ryder is the new designer at Celine, and I am just loving everything that he's doing. And this is like I have seen a couple people wearing Celine, but this was probably like the biggest event that I've seen someone in like head to toe Celine. And I just thought that this really encapsulated the look and the vision that he's going for now. Like, you know, just like a classic trouser. These were jeans on the runway, but like a classic trouser, this little crop leather jacket, very embellished. I just thought she looked really cool. She was wearing gloves. Some people said that they wished that she didn't have the gloves on. I kind of liked the gloves. I thought she looked really cool. And this was a very Grammy appropriate look. Like, I don't hate it, and I really like this Nikki. I did. I thought she looked cute, and I'm really loving what he's doing. And I want so many of those pieces, and I cannot afford them. But like, I want to wear a lot of Celine.
Here's the thing: is she holding a Grammy purse?
And is that a purse, or is that just something behind her?
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell. Okay. Here's the thing. Let me take my words back. Miley looked a mess because this outfit is for Diane Keaton. May she rest in peace. I'm telling you, I saw this and I said, I know that's not Diane. I couldn't believe that was Miley.
No shit, I probably would have loved this on Diane Keaton.
Diane Keaton would have ate this. This look was for her. This was not for Miley. This look aged her so much. I think it's a cool look, but I think it's for Diane Keaton. I think it's on the wrong person.
Okay, it ages. Yeah. I get it.
I don't think it's a bad look. I think it's a bad look for Miley. I think it's perfect for Diane Keaton.
Okay, I'll take that.
I know she's looking down from heaven like, oh, that was for me.
That's the one.
That was for me.
That's the one.
Moving on, we have K-pop Demon Hunter. Now, I'm gonna age myself. Auntie Nikki thought that this was a cartoon.
It is.
They're a cartoon?
No, okay. So they're the.
I thought it was a cartoon TV show on Netflix.
I think it's just a. I don't think it's a show, but they are cartoons. But but these are the singers.
I don't know what's happening here. Because they're winning a lot of awards. Why?
Because they have. So K-pop Demon Hunters is about a K-pop group, but they're demon hunters, and they like are rivals with and hunting another K-pop group who are demons.
Okay.
But these are the voices, and their original songs.
Oh,
that's why you're seeing them at award shows. Huh?
The songs are kicking butt. Everybody's like, they're going to win an Oscar. I said the cartoon.
The songs? Yeah.
This was nominated for best song.
No, I'm saying the songs are like that. Like the songs are good. Yes.
I got to listen.
Yes. So these are the singers.
Oh.
You probably know some of the songs and you just don't know who it is.
I'm telling you, I haven't heard anything from K-pop Demon Hunter. I thought it was is a kid show or is it for adults?
No, it's for adults.
Oh,
I mean, it's like cartoons, so little girls like it, but like the subject matter is like they're hunting demons and killing demons.
I'll give it a shot. I will give it a shot. When Arnold said that, I said, "Is he going to have me put cartoons up here?"
No, like
and then I looked them up, and I was like, "Oh, they showed up."
Yeah. So it's funny because the one girl who's in Tom Brown, I actually wanted to talk about her look at the Golden Globes, and I completely forgot because she wore Tom Brown at the Golden Globes, and I really loved her look, and she's wearing another Tom Brown look. This is a very difficult look to pull off. And it's very strange, but it's so Tom Brown, and like it's something that you would have thought that would just be like, okay, this is something that he just showed on the runway. Nobody's ever going to wear that, and she's wearing these pieces, and I love that. I'm not gonna say I love this because it's weird and it's clearly deconstructed. It looks like her arm is falling off, but I just thought it was such a cool risk for her to wear it, and just for her to wear the second like Tom Brown runway piece. I'm like, oh, this is her thing. Like this is her thing. I really wanted to more talk about EJ. I think she looks so cool. EJ is the one in the blue gown. I don't know if you had like a solo pic of her, but she's in custom brain fart. Oh, Christian Dior by Jonathan Anderson. And this was like, he's new to Dior. He just did his ready to wear and he just did his first couture. And I do not like it. I have not been liking it. But
okay, I didn't know what you were going to say because I was just like, this was a no for me. For her, I think it's a gorgeous dress for a mother of the bride, but I feel like she's a young girl.
Well, I was going to say that I have not been liking Christian Dior, but this is like the first Christian Dior piece in the wild that I actually did like because I'm not really loving what he's doing. And I'm like, okay, we might be headed in the right direction, Jonathan. I don't know. But EJ is like the lead singer and she's like the
and
she's like the break.
This is EJ?
This is EJ, yeah.
Okay.
And she's like the breakout star.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's the songwriter. So like these are her songs. Yeah.
Oh,
she's the main singer. She's the lead singer, and she's the songwriter. Yes.
Can I tell you? I thought this was a Beyonce of the group.
No.
Oh, who is this?
What's her name? What's her name? Star Family.
For now. I'm gonna call her Tom Brown. She ate this up. I thought this was.
You gotta find her outfit from the Golden Globes too. It was equally as good.
Very appropriate for the Grammys. I loved it. This was a scene stealer for me. You said Grammys? No, what? Golden Globe? What you say?
The Golden Globes. Yeah, she wore a Tom Brown. She wore a Tom Brown suit or dress.
Audra. Her name is Audrey. Audrey
Nuna.
Golden Globes.
And it's Audrey, EJ, and Raya Me.
Oh, she looks amazing.
Yeah.
I like her. I like what she's doing.
Yeah.
I like what Audra's doing.
No, but EJ is the.
Oh wait, shoot. Because it's gonna take forever for me to bring it up. But
yeah. That was sick. I
like what she's doing.
No, but like EJ is like the girl. Yeah.
Oh, but EJ is the writer.
Yeah.
I like what Audra's doing. This is cute.
But you should give the movie a try.
I will. I'll check it out. And I also like whatever this was.
It's super popular. I do like this as well. Yes. All right. Yeah. I thought this was really cute too. No, but it was super popular. The songs were super popular.
They might get an Oscar.
I was in New Orleans, and you know how like New Orleans, every place has like a little balcony. So like we were at some bar and the bar has a balcony. You can sit out there and drink. And we weren't on Bourbon Street, but we were like in the French Quarter off Bourbon Street. And somebody on a motorcycle or a bike was blasting like the main song from this. And when I tell you, everybody just started singing, like everybody knew the songs.
Oh, wow.
Yes, everybody knew the song. Like it was everything. Like it's a big thing. It's Netflix's most watched movie. Yes.
Yeah, I thought this was like for children. The way to me, the way it was presented, I thought it was like a Disney Channel, something like, you know what I mean?
I mean, because it's animated, but it's not necessarily for children. But it is very popular with children.
There's some adult cartoons, like cartoons are for adults that are marketed a certain way.
Yeah.
It didn't look like that to me.
Yeah.
But everybody seems to really enjoy it, so I will check it out.
I mean, to be honest, it might be a kids movie because little girls love it. Little girls wanted to be K-pop demon hunters for Halloween.
A lot of them are K-pop demon hunters.
Yeah, it was a big thing with kids, but adults loved the movies. Like adults loved the movie and loved the song. I was at a gay bar, and that's who was singing it, so it wasn't no kids there. Okay, and so.
Do you know who this girl is wearing?
I think is she wearing Gaurav Gupta? Let me see.
Now that would make sense. They're having fun, except for the EJ. EJ was real serious with this outfit.
Well, she's the girl. She going places.
Yeah. She said, I write the songs. I don't need to be a star. You can have her, Audra.
Who is she wearing?
See, Cameron, I didn't see the Dragon Ball Z cartoon. I saw the actual movie and the lead was white. I was just like, what is this?
For Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
So, she's wearing Guvanch.
Okay.
So here's the funny thing. This is also very indicative of like how popular K-pop is and is becoming. They're real Korean singers, but you know, you have groups like Blackpink and obviously Cat's Eye came up through that system, but like Korean pop is like, it's a huge global market. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Korean pop girls are serious, you know, like it was Blackpink and now you got all of them went solo. I don't even know if Blackpink is still a thing. Cause you got Rose and like they all doing their own thing. But yeah, K-pop is a really big thing. And not to be confused.
I'm praying on its downfall, so.
What'd you say?
I'm praying on its downfall, so we'll see.
You praying on K-pop's downfall?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, when K-pop started getting big, I was just like, what is this? I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what's happening here. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel...
When it started becoming big here.
See, well, I didn't know about K-pop outside of here. When it came here, I said, what's this?
Why? Because it's like knockoff
you
Black
know
Army.
what it is? It's Blackface Arnold. Come on. I can't believe you of all people.
No. I wanted to know. I wanted to hear you say it.
Do not dress like that or sing like that in Korea. They need to stop. They need to stop. It is Black American culture on non-Black people. They made it digestible and they put it on young Korean girls and boys. I also feel like it's some government stuff in there, but I'm gonna let that go because the way they be training them is a little iffy. Little shaky for me, but I'm praying on its downfall. I'm tired. If you want to ingest Black culture, you're going to ingest Black culture from Black people, period. And I'm putting it on the altar. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but I'm sick of it. I said, them girls not singing like that in Korea. Get out of here.
They are
No, they are. No, they are not. We got
so what I will say though,
like that, and they're not dancing like that. Who you get that from?
So it's K-pop, which is like K-pop, but there's also like I know more Japanese.
Okay.
Like there is like a R&B scene where like it's not pop, like they belt in R&B. Oh, it's undeniable that K-pop is like modeled after Black American like R&B sing, you know, like groups or like boy bands and stuff. But some of them do R&B and it's like respectful R&B because like that's their genre, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, they're biting or they're trying. They just are Korean and they do R&B in Korea, singing in Korean. You know what I mean? Or in Japanese.
There's a pop girly. I forget her name, but I watched this deep dive on how a lot of the current K-pop girl groups steal from her, and it was like side by side of like her vocals, her dance moves. I forget that girl's name, but I was like, this
a black girl
is a black girl. I forget her name. She has some songs that I know, but I forgot her name right now. But it was that deep dive was on it. It's probably in my YouTube watch later or save files, but I can't rock with it.
I can see them doing that to like a Tinashe or something.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Her.
It was
Tinashe.
Yes,
we have literally stolen everything from that woman.
So I didn't know that, but that was my guess because they are Tinashe. They're doing what Tinashe does.
But y'all like it on them. Y'all don't like it on her, and that's
I love it on her.
yeah, I love it on her, but she's not getting her flowers.
No,
and they're all stealing from her. Tinashe is the Henrietta Lacks of K-pop.
Okay.
They are everything is stolen from this woman.
That's so crazy that I had no idea what you're talking about. But only person I could think of, I'm like, oh, it must be Tinashe, because like they give Tinashe.
They steal everything from her, and I hate that she has not gotten the flowers that she deserves. But I hope it's coming for her soon. Anyway, we'll see if my prayers are effective.
Okay. But you should still watch K-Pop Demon Hunter.
I am. It's on the list.
Yes.
It's on the list. Dahlia said, I love me some Tinashe. She's my girl.
Love her.
What J-Lo did to Chow. She's the Henrietta Lacks of K-pop.
Love her.
Next up, we have Lady Gaga, Mother Monster. Abracadabra.
She was also a big winner tonight. How many Grammys does Lady Gaga have? Because I feel like
she got a lot. Not more than Beyonce, but she got a lot.
Not more than Beyonce, but she got her due.
Mother Monster is an artist. I love her.
Artist. So she is in this heavily feathered, and I love goth, like dark Mother Monster. Like I love when she does this, like 'cause she just does it right, and it doesn't feel like costumey. I feel like she's just really weird and wears shit like this. Mm-hmm. So she is wearing translated, the name of the label is Fecal Matter, and it is a very, very weird avant-garde French brand, and that is their name, and in French it's like fecal material or something like that, but it's Fecal Matter. Mm-hmm. They're very weird, it's very monster, it's very goth crazy, gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, fabulous clothes. It's just like, I don't want to wear no clothes called shit, but that is beautiful stuff. It's beautiful stuff, and that's who she's wearing. And I'm sure she's wearing their collection that they did last year had these like custom Christian Louboutin heels by them, and they were so fucking sick. And you can't see her shoes here, but I hope that she was wearing them, because I think she is like the first person I saw wearing them like out in the wild. So that's who she's wearing, and I just thought this was such a cool look. The look is obviously very like inspired by Alexander McQueen, and she performed in vintage Alexander McQueen, which was an amazing, amazing look. You know, everybody's doing like archival fashion and stuff like that. And it was an Alexander McQueen piece that was designed by Alexander McQueen before he passed. And I just thought that she looked so amazing. And I just really love, whether I like it or not, yes, the prettiest shit I've ever seen. Whether I like it or not, I always 100% of the time love the dedication and that she puts into her looks, her red carpet looks, and her performance looks. Like this was so sick to me. Like I just love this.
I will say, although it feels like something I've seen her in before,
yes,
she ate this up.
Yes.
Everything from the hair, the eyebrows, the makeup, everything was so well put together. And I tried to highlight it, but at the bottom of the dress, the feathers, it goes into like an ombre red.
Yes.
This was so great. This was so fitting.
Yes.
For her. I really, really love this look on her.
Come on, Stephanie.
Yes.
I love her.
Never disappoints.
I love her so much.
Next up, we have Addison Rae.
Addison Rae is, as you said, pop girly. She performed. She's actually popular among the young people, but I don't know that it's for her music. She's just a personality. Addison, I really
love like dancing on TikTok. I remember her from the controversy because she was still on like Black Kids dances, and saying that they like redoing them and getting popular and not giving credit. So that's how I remember her, from that controversy.
Oh, weren't they all?
Yeah.
So Addison is in Aliyah by Peter Muller. And Peter, who was the designer for Aliyah, as you know, Monsieur Aliyah passed away a couple years ago, he actually just announced that he's leaving Aliyah. So I just thought it was like really cool that like 2 days after his announcement or so, she wore this. And I thought that this was such a fun pop girly look. It's like, I love how it's high-low, but in reverse. Like, I think that is so cute. I love how she kept playing it up because I seen her in 100 little poses like this. I love those heels that have the high back. I don't usually like a white pump, but this was like a kind of round toe, cool sculptural pump. And I just thought this was really cool. I probably would have liked this more if it wasn't white, but I thought this was a really cute look for a little young girl, a little young pop girl.
Yeah.
Look for the Grammys because it's not a gown per se. It's like something fun to wear. One thing I didn't like, I don't like her hair color.
Oh, really?
It bothered me for some reason. It feels like it was darker and it like washed out, or they did like a couple strokes too blonde. Like, I can't figure. It doesn't look like the intentional color. This don't look like a natural color to me. And it kind of, I was like, I don't know. It almost washes her. I don't like the hair. But I thought that the look was cute. And I really liked that she wore a Aliyah on the red carpet. And I thought it was cute.
Yeah. I will say this. Listen, Addison, I will pivot to shoes. Sit down and have lunch with Jessica Simpson. I thought this was cute and very appropriate for a young starlet. I like when they dress fun. And I thought this was fun. And she loved bending over. My God.
Yes.
All on that carpet, she was tooting it. Because she enjoyed the dress. It was fun. I'm the same way. I don't like a white pump, but I thought that this was appropriate. I am actually the opposite. I love when people who have like this, I think it's a strawberry blonde, when they have strawberry blonde.
It's strawberry blonde, yes.
Strawberry blonde with dark eyebrows. I actually think that is so attractive. I actually really like that. I didn't like her hair. I felt like everything, I liked her hair color, but I felt like everything was put together but the hair. The hair to me seemed like a last minute thing. Yeah. I wish it had more definition in the curls.
Yeah, same.
It just needed so much. It needed more definition.
It needed more body.
Yeah, the dress has definition. And if you don't want to leave the hair out, they could have pulled it back in a nice little bun.
Yeah.
That a slick back bun would have worked as well. But I thought this was really cute.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. And it like stood out to me on the red carpet.
Yeah, me too. But I thought it was cute. It's an umbrella. It's like an umbrella dress. I don't know how she said.
No, somebody said, "How is she sitting in the dress?" I said, "Oh, her butt."
Her butt. Yeah, her bare butt on them chairs. Yikes. Next up we have Chaperone.
So I love Chapel. Chapel's weird to me though. I love Chapel's music. I don't know how I feel about her because she don't really endear herself to. She's one of them celebrities who I feel like don't really like being a celebrity. But she's an amazing songwriter and an extremely talented singer. And I love like seeing her at places. Like she's kind of the new Gaga, even though like
Don't do that.
The music's not Gaga. Like I think she's very in Gaga vein. I like this outfit because this outfit got a lot of attention on the red carpet. She's wearing Mugler. And I thought it was really cool. As you see, I'm glad you posted both looks because it's like a little Red Riding Hood. And then she took down the cloak and the dress is like just attached to her nipples. Like it's just hanging on by her nipples. And I just thought like, this was so cool and so Mugler. And this is like, if not at the Grammys, where else? The VMAs maybe, but I don't know if that's even a thing anymore. But I thought this was cool and this got the people talking. And I can't say I love it. It wasn't my favorite outfit of the night, but it got the people talking. And I felt like we couldn't do a fashion review without doing it. And I love Chapel.
Okay, good for you. Although Rose McGowan is currently a nut job, I will say she did it better at the MTV Awards 20 years ago.
Oh my God.
I was not wild. I was not impressed. I'm getting real tired of Nepo babies playing queer, trying to play like they are these artsy, odd people when you're really just Nepo kids who your parents paid to put an image on you. And the reason why you are not well liked is because the Nepo baby personality is seeping out and it's not matching the persona your family paid to be put on you. Good music, though. Good
Nepo? Who's her?
The Nepo baby.
Who are that?
You don't, Arnold, these people coming out of nowhere. You don't know where these people coming from.
Are you thinking of Gracie Abrams?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Because did I just read the wrong person?
You did.
Who was Gracie Abrams?
Was she nominated this year?
Oh, I don't know, Gracie. I think I'm talking about
Chappelle.
Hold on. Because I probably read the wrong Nepo.
I think like her uncle or something is like a politician in Missouri where she's from, but he's like super conservative, and it's kind of a thing that like they're related, they're distant relations, but she's a lesbian.
Gay?
She's a lesbian.
Let me do, I'm going to take back what I said about her because I got to do a bit more research because I probably mixed up my Nepo babies. But it's something in the water ain't clean about this child. Well, let me do a bit more research.
That was a big thing because like she says that she's like, she kind of marketed herself as like a drag performer, and people are like, oh, you're just like a girl calling yourself like in drag, when she's like, well, she's a lesbian though, and she's like, I'm part of the queer community. And listen, I don't think she's faking it. Like, she's not like, oh, I'm queer. Like, her songs are about like having sex with girls. Like, she's like not cutesy like lesbian for the male gaze. She's like, no, I'm like a lesbian who dates and sleeps with girls and breaks up with, like, she's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's doing it as a costume in that way. But
I'm going to take back what I said about her, and I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off for 20 years. If she pivots into what I think she may pivot into, me and you are going to do a live from the old folks' home. And
we're not going to be in the old folks' home in 20 years. We're not that old, okay?
I'm going to hop up on a live, pop my dentures in, and say, I told you so.
Oh, my God. But no, I think no, she is, her personality is off-putting. Mm-hmm. But I don't think she's like comes from like a entertainment background or anything. No, that's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, maybe you may still be right about her, but like I think maybe you're thinking of someone else.
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll move on. We'll see you in 20 years, Chapel. I will say this though, I just wasn't wowed by it. I'll give her 10s for this. She is a 10. Like, she's a beautiful girl, but I feel like she is like a 10 in medieval times. No, seriously, I could see, like, she is the woman that all those artists back in the day painted.
Yeah.
Like, she is like the statue. They made them statues about her.
Yeah.
Like, she has such a medieval look. I wasn't taken aback by this. I will say, is the dress on her nipple rings? Because that's just not safe. That's not smart. Somebody steps on that dress, she's going to the ER. Not smart at all. But I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna see you on 20 years.
Yes.
I'm gonna see you on 20 years. Next up we have Doechii. Arnold.
So Doechii won for best music video, right?
Mm-hmm.
For Anxiety. I didn't even know that was that's a new category at the Grammys, best music video.
Yeah, they're doing new categories on all these award shows.
That's cool. So congratulations to her. Second Grammy to her after her legendary win last year. So I like Doechii. The body, T, skin, everything. These looked very Chiquita Banana to me. Like it looked very cha-cha-cha. It does. So the one look in the purple is Roberto Cavalli. I don't know if it's vintage Roberto or current Roberto, but it's Roberto Cavalli. I'm not sure what the other look is. And I also never saw the other look where she's wearing like the little jewel piece, like the lady from Death Becomes Her. I've never seen it with like that tulle cloak thing. Like I've only seen it the jewel bra part and the skirt, which I actually really like. I hate it with this cape thing that matches the... I hate this so much. I really liked it when she wasn't wearing that. And I also really don't like the Roberto Cavalli thing. I really like the skirt. I thought it was really cute. The top is like, you can't really see it here, but it's like lace, but the lace were loose. They were undone. And it just looked like, is this on purpose? And it also was just like laces and ruffles and layers, and the laces are undone. It just looked too much for me. And the hair is big and puffy, and it's like the proportions just were off to me, and I was not feeling it. But her skin looks amazing. Her makeup looked amazing. She actually looked like she was having a lot of fun, and she looked super happy. But no, this was not my look of the night.
I will say this. Thank God this woman is gorgeous.
Yes.
These were not her best looks. And Doechii has had some amazing looks. And a lot of people in the chat are asking, did she switch stylists? I would like to know that as well, because this was not, when she saw the purple was what she wore on the red carpet. And I said, what's going on, mama?
Yeah.
Let's go. Because I was looking forward to her. I expected her to eat. And I just felt like this didn't fit her well. She has a great body, and I don't think it did her wonderful body justice. I did like the jeweled Elmo outfit. I did like that. I liked when she walked on set without the ruffle, without the shoulders.
Without that, yeah. I thought that was so much better. Yeah,
I liked it, and I like how the jewels shined on stage. She looked really great. Yeah. I didn't like the hair, and I was I'm a little concerned with this move. It has to be a new person because something has changed. And my girl has been eating, and I'm like, when you are winning, you gotta stay consistent.
Yeah.
Don't switch up. Don't switch up. If you and that stylist had a falling out, take them to brunch, apologize, and get them back. Because this wasn't her best. And this was a big night for her. So we're still rooting for our girl. We love her, but
she won, and she looked like she was having fun. But it wasn't my favorite.
Listen, she won. She got the Grammy. Next up, we have our baby Durand.
So I didn't know that we were going to do Durand's fashion. I apologize. So I didn't really get to see who he was wearing or who styled him. Let me see if I can find
Well, while you look that up, I'll say this. I thought that this look was so cool. It seemed to be like an ode to Prince. It gave Purple Rain. And I really liked it. I really, really like this look on him. I like the boots. I think whoever the boots are made by should do a commercial with him, because not only are they fly boots, they are durable, because he ran a mile in those boots to get his award. And the whole look, I think, is very fitting for him. And I really, really liked it. He's a very colorful character. His family, his parents are just as colorful as he is. And he was a big winner of the night. I'm happy for him.
It did give Prince. It also gave, oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Chris Tucker in Fifth Element.
Yes. Was it Remy? I think that was his name.
I always think of him saying Corbin Dallas, but that wasn't his name. He was calling somebody else. And I'm like, no, he's not Corbin Dallas. He was calling Corbin Dallas. I don't know who he's wearing. He also wore like another suit. Oh, he wore Luar. Okay.
Who's that? I don't know.
Luar is a designer. Excuse me. Luar is a Black designer, and Luar is who Flo wore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is Luar a menswear designer?
Luar does everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
LUAR. And he also wore, did he perform? Because he has another suit and it's like purple and black and it almost has a feathered effect, but it's not feathers. Like,
I didn't see the other suit. That's the only one I saw because I only saw him at the pre-award show.
Here, I'm gonna send this to you.
Okay. Yes, there were a lot of Love Island people there. I didn't get them. Nick was there. He looked great. I loved Shelly's look and her bob. They ate that up. They ate that up. Did you send it?
I did.
Oh, this is a nice look.
Yeah.
I did not see it. Oh, I love this look and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have wore that. Probably wore it to the after show. It looks like Hanifa. Mel Hanifa.
Oh, do you know it's a lot of Hanifa? We gotta talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna add her to the fashion tea. We're gonna add her to the fashion tea because child, and I got to get my Hanifa stuff. I'm like, oh my god, Hanifa.
I love Hanifa.
I
love Hanifa.
I need her to fix it. I need her to work it out because I love her, and I still have to use my gift card. I'm like, I should do it now before anything happens. Next up, we have dun 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 dun. Our final look of the night, Shaboozey's.
Also a winner, Shaboozey. Congratulations.
A winner. We're going to talk about his fashions first, and then we'll get into the rest. Go ahead, Arnold.
Shaboozey is wearing a full Ralph Lauren look. It's like Ralph Lauren jeans and like a RL Ralph Lauren look combo. It's all done by Ralph Lauren, but it is two different lines. I actually really like this. Like, it looked like this was fresh off the runway.
Yeah.
Because Ralph Lauren just showed in Fashion Week. It was his first time doing like a men's collection, and he did it in Italy. And it was his first time doing a men's collection in like years and years and years. I love that Ralph Lauren does this whole like tuxedo with jeans thing because it can really look horrible, but Ralph Lauren knows how to fit everything. And if you wear jeans, he does jeans that look really good with a tuxedo and a good shoe. And I just thought this looked so cool. It looked like really chic to me. This is something that you can get away with wearing at the Grammys. And I even liked his hat, and I love the tie. I love the tie and belt. Like, it was accessorized well. It fit really well. I really, really liked it. And he did win. I don't remember what category he won for, but
him and Jelly Roll.
Mm-hmm.
They had.
They won together.
You know what? Don't get me the line. I don't know nothing about that. I know he has a song with Jelly Roll. And I thought that's what they were nominated.
Because I saw Jelly Roll give a speech, and I saw him give a speech, but I didn't see them.
You brought that up. Let me bring this up real quick. If you guys didn't hear Jelly Roll's speech, here it is.
Oh God.
First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord. Second of all, I want to thank my beautiful wife. I would have never changed my life without you. I'd have ended up dead or in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that. I thank you for my label, Broken Bow, Country Radio, baby. What's up, dog? Oh, Republic, John Manili, we did it, baby. There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was broken. That's why I wrote this album. I didn't think I had a chance, y'all. There was days that I thought the darkest things. I was a horrible human. There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 foot cell. And I believed that those two things could change my life. I believed that music had the power to change my life and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
First of all,
what category did he win for? Like,
spiritual psychosis. That speech was terrifying. I was like, oh my God. It felt like a threat. It felt like a threat. I was like, what is happening here? I don't know if it was the veneers or the Ozempic. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, something was affecting him because that speech was scary. I know he probably thought that he was being inspirational,
right?
I was terrified. Also, I don't know a lot about Jelly Roll. I only know about him and K. Michelle. I did not know he was such a Bible thumper.
Listen. Apparently, I don't think anyone did until this.
This was scary.
Like, I don't know much about him either, but I've seen him in public. I've never seen him like with the Bible and doing all this. Like, I'm like,
what happened?
And I thought he was like a contemporary country. Like
he did a Post Malone. He started out in rap, got minor success, and then became a country artist.
And then the accent got thicker, and then it's Jesus, yeah. So it's funny that you posted that speech because I think it was backstage. I mean, like, the after Grammys, they asked him something.
They asked him why did he say nothing about ICE, because everybody who won said something about ICE. And listen, or they either said something about ICE, or they said F ICE, or they got their award and they went on about your day. You want to get up there and preach and say that Jesus, no political party owns Jesus? Wow. Right. Why don't you ask them where Jesus is from? Ask him that. Ask him if Jesus is Palestinian.
So they were asking him about that, and he basically said, "Oh, hey, I'm just a country boy, and like I grew up with addiction, and we don't know nothing."
Get into nothing like that. I haven't had my phone for about 18 months.
I didn't have a phone for 18 months, and I don't know nothing about politics, and I don't talk about politics. Yeah, and it was like, dude, are you fucking serious? Like. And not that you really were obligated to say anything, but you had such an impassioned speech and it was about Jesus. So it kind of felt like you would have said something about this. Which I thought was like crazy. And also, and what else did he say? And on the red carpet, and I didn't like this. This didn't really get enough attention, but I felt like this was very coded. I just look forward to when we can have an all country halftime show, and it could be Reba and Dolly and me and so and so and so and it's like
never gonna happen.
It just felt like that's not necessarily a bad thing, but with all the controversy about Bad Bunny, because people, who apparently didn't know that Puerto Rico was America, and also just are unfamiliar with Bad Bunny when he's really like one of the biggest stars in the world. Maybe not like
in Jelly Roll. Don't nobody know damn Jelly Roll. They know Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny is bigger than every artist that he named. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why would you even say that instead of being like, oh yeah, I'm so like looking forward to like seeing him at the Super Bowl and he gonna do his thing and I'm really happy for him. And you like, oh, I want it to be, and it was all white people that he named. Mm-hmm. He didn't name Shaboozey. So, but yeah, I just thought that was weird, and he's catching a lot of flack, and it's like, all right, Jelly Roll, like it's given something, and I just think that at this point in history, you got to choose a side. There is no, oh, I'm not political, and I don't know. That's not a thing. I'm not accepting it. I'm not engaging with anyone who is.
If you say you're not political, we know what side you're on.
We know what side you're on. Like, it's 2026. If you over 18 and you vote and we are living in fashion, it's not a thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's very open about dealing with addiction and all this. And it's like, okay. But like, yeah, so maybe that's his era now. But he's been famous and been an artist and he wasn't doing all of this. You know what I mean? It's just like the timing feels weird. And it's like Jelly Roll. Yep. But Shaboozey gave an interesting speech when he won as well.
Oh, wait, before we get into what he said, I will say I like this look. I thought it was country at the awards. I think he actually looked cute. The hat was a no for me. I don't like when he hides his wicks. I think that's the best part about his look.
I love his hair. Yeah, and he always wears a hat. I'm like, I love his hair.
I don't like him hiding them. And I like the grills. I thought this was a really cute look.
Yeah.
Now proceed on. He's a cutie.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Well, I was going to ask you to go first. Like, I want to know.
Okay. So there's been a lot of controversy about Shaboozey's comments. And I just want to say this. Two things. One, I don't think his comments would have caused so much controversy if we were not knee deep in fascism and if it was not Black History Month, the 100th Black History Month. Like, this is a really spiritual and monumental time for Black Americans right now. So him saying that the first day of Black History Month, we're in knee deep in fascism, and there's a lot of racial nonsense going on in America right now. It was bad timing. I think if he would have said it in 2019, I don't think it would have had all this heat. But it's bad timing. And I've been saying this. Everybody got to walk lightly because it is bad timing to mess up. And the second thing about his speech, I will say, I don't think that he was trying to take shots at Black Americans.
What did he say?
I think he was overwhelmed and he spoke his heart. The problem is that should have stayed. Some stuff is just kitchen table talk, and it should never be put to the forefront. So, and it also, I don't think he meant it this way, but it also helps push an erasure narrative that has been pushed by white supremacists to eliminate the impact of Native Americans and to also eliminate the impact and power.
Wait, we gotta say what he said.
I want to say what he says, but I just feel like what he said and the timing of it just wasn't great because of the erasure that is happening with Native Americans and the erasure that is happening with Black Americans who are currently fighting for our reparations. Let's get into this young man's speech. My God, today.
10 seconds ago, I got a speech, man. I've never written a speech in my life, and yesterday I said, I should write a speech. I said, dear God, I just want to say thank you. Nothing is possible without you. Your love and will preserves me through it all. I want to also thank my mother, who as of today has retired from her job after 30 years. Working in the medical field as a registered nurse in the psych ward. She worked 3 to 4 jobs just to provide for me and my four siblings as an immigrant in this country. Thank you, Mom. Sorry, I know I don't got too much time. I'm gonna read this whole speech though. I also want to thank Jared Carter, Abbas Patti, Tina Davis, Ghazi, Nima, Nate Stevenson, and the entire Empire team for believing in me. Thank you so much, brother. And everybody else, Sean Cook, Devin Sastry, Josh Klein, and TKG, my lawyer, Bob Celeste, and everybody that's a part of this, Harvey Mason, thank you so much. I have the greatest team in the world. Thank you so much. And again, the last thing I want to say, immigrants built this country, literally. So this is for them, for all children of immigrants. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture, your music, your stories, and your traditions here. You give America color.
We'll just stop it right there. So that speech caused a lot of controversy. Before you comment, Arnold, we're going to talk about what his response was, because there was a lot of controversy. A lot of, a lot of our people had some issues with that comment. And then when the Native Americans jumped in, I was just like, oh, this is going to be bad. I'm going to be honest with you, Shaboozey. I think you waited too long. To respond. This was his words. The last thing I want to say is immigrants built this country, literally, actually. You said that as a fact on a world stage. That's an issue. Then this was his this was his response to that, because it got a little crazy. And I honestly was waiting for him to say something so much earlier. I could not believe he waited.
I mean, it was this Tuesday. It's been 2 days.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I am very adamant about getting ahead of stuff when it happens. And he has a team. You have a team who is watching all this stuff. There's somebody on your team who just watches all of this and makes sure you are not, in that kind of situation.
Like, when did he release his statement?
Today, I believe. I've been looking for this, but I think this is the thing, you got to get ahead of it. So as soon as it started, the first couple of comments, his team should have sent something out. You don't let it build that kind of momentum and allow it to take on a mind of its own. And I just think that they took too long to come out. You got to be on top of it, especially how this internet works. So many things go so fast. And the fact that he didn't speak up in enough time. I know it was 2 days, but when it's something like this, especially now, you really have to get ahead of it. So let's just read his statement. He said, first and foremost, I want to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has supported and celebrated my journey as an artist. I also want to acknowledge the conversation surrounding my acceptance speech. To be clear, I know and believe that we, Black people, have also built this country. Okay, my words were never intended to dismiss that truth. I am both a Black man and a son of Nigerian immigrants. And in the overwhelming moment of winning my first Grammy, my focus was on honoring the sacrifices of my parents made by coming to this country to give me and my siblings opportunities they never had. At the same time, winning the award on the first day of Black History Month and becoming the first Black man to win the Best Country Duo in Black history, it stands on the foundation laid by generations of Black people who fought, sacrificed, and succeeded long before me. This moment belongs to all of us. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I was trying to, there it is. This moment belongs to all of us. My entire career has been rooted in lifting people up, honoring where we come from, and expanding what's possible. I am proud to be a part of this legacy, and I intend to continue that work for the rest of my life. Arnold, what are your thoughts?
I thought that was a good, I hadn't read his full statement yet. I thought that was a good statement. I think that he hit all the bullet points and addressed everything. My hot take, though, I did not. He explained everything. I didn't really feel like it needed that explanation, because that's everything that I assumed. You know what I mean? Like, I never once felt like by him saying that it was any kind of erasure of Black Americans or of Native Americans. I think that he was speaking first and foremost, like he was literally talking about his mom. His mom is an immigrant. He was speaking about like what, the broader spectrum of what's happening in this country. And he was speaking specifically about appreciation for immigrants. And I think two things can be true. Like, immigrants did do a large part of building this country. So did Black people. And of course, so did Indigenous people, who without them, there would be no country. Saying that immigrants built this country does not negate that Black Americans did or that Native people did. Like, he kind of just stated a fact, but it doesn't mean that other facts aren't true at all. And I never once felt like that. I also don't like... This is the thing about like internet culture, and
that's why I said they got to get ahead of stuff. You cannot let it sit.
While I like it, I don't like this. I don't like these Black diaspora wars, and I actually hate it because like I do not think that we need to do like Black Americans versus Africans and Black Americans versus Black British people. I just think that is so fucking stupid and counterproductive, and it's like some weird young people internet shit. And I just think like at this point in history, I mean, not in history, in the present, we cannot be arguing over shit like this. We knew what he meant. Anyone with a brain knew what he meant and should be like, oh, okay. You should not have taken it personally. You should not have felt like it was anti-Black American. He is American. His mom is an immigrant. So his perspective is as a Black American who is the child of immigrants. But you don't have to be a child of immigrants to understand what he was saying and to know that it's true. And I just think that like when it gets down to it, like, should we really be like pitting Black Americans versus immigrants? Because like, no, because we're under like a white supremacist fascist regime who hates Black people no matter where they come from, who hates immigrants as long as they're brown. You know what I mean? So do we need to be fighting amongst each other? Like, no, you can't say that because we built America. No, like we need to be unified. Black people, Black American people need to be supporting the immigrants who support us and want to be supported. Catch where I'm going.
I caught it.
And immigrants need to be standing in solidarity with Black American people who struggle for civil rights and stuff. They stand on their shoulders. But no, it's not untrue for him to say that immigrants built this country. This country literally is a nation of immigrants. If you're not Native American, if you're not indigenous, you're an immigrant. And that goes for white people, that goes for Black people, that goes for Latino people, that goes for Asian people. All of us came from another place. So yes, immigrants did build this country, literally. Black American people did build this country, literally. Like, I mean, Native American people did build this country, the foundation of this country, literally. So like, are we mincing words and like, are we going to argue about that? Are we going to attack this man for his speech when he said that? Like, I just thought it was kind of stupid. And so I was very glad to, and this is my first time hear his speech, that he said, I'm a child of immigrants. I'm a child of Nigerian immigrants. I was caught up in the moment when in my first Grammy, I'm a Black man. You know what I mean? He said everything that I felt like didn't need to be said, but I'm glad that he addressed it. And it's like, come on, y'all. Like, I'm just not with that. Like, I don't like the Black diaspora wars. It's just stupid.
Can I be honest with, well, Arnold, you already know this. The diaspora wars is very new for me and Arnold. We have this conversation all the time, but being from Philly is like being from another planet, not even connected to the United States, because a lot of us did not know that we grew up like in a pro-Black Pan-African city until we moved to different places. Like, I had no idea that I was like rare. I didn't know that like there are a lot of Black people who are not like, I didn't know that I was pro-Black. I just thought that this was like a normal, I thought it was a normal Blackness, but I realized that Philly is just a
well, I think it's also where we grew up in Philly.
Yeah.
We had Black teachers, we had Black principals, we had, but it was diverse. It was diverse. So it wasn't like, all Black.
Black American culture, like it is globally, was the dominant culture, but it was a dominant culture that was not only allowed to flourish, but it was appreciated by all. Yeah. So it just wasn't like it was great to be Black. Like, everybody wanted to be Black, and it wasn't like anything weird about it. I remember the first Black History Month show in my school, because we did one annually in Kappa. We did one annually. We had like white kids, Puerto Rican kids, Asian kids, and Kufis. I'll never forget this. One of my friends, Crystal Huffman, white woman, blonde hair, blue eyes. She was on the step team at Kappa. During our Black History Month show, she was in the front with everybody else, and she was stepping and saying, I'm proud to be Black. And now that I'm a little older, I'm like, okay, okay, that was interesting. But
nobody really made a big thing of those things.
That's
You know what I mean? Like,
I grew up in a predominantly Black city. I lived in all of my neighborhoods, predominantly Black, except for like one hood Irish family in the neighborhood. We went all of my schools. I had Black teachers. It was the norm. So I say that as someone who is very new to the diaspora wars. I didn't know about that until I got.
Well, I think that's new. Like, I feel
like it's new. I didn't know about the diaspora wars until Twitter. Like, I didn't get it, and I think also. Go ahead.
Here's how it is a new thing, because growing up, like, it was diverse. And when I say diverse, not just, racially diverse, like we had kids of immigrants who went to our schools. Like, we had Jamaican kids, we had Haitian kids, and I'm talking about like black immigrants. Jamaican kids, Haitian kids. I think we had like some Nigerians, some from Ghana. Like, we had like Black immigrants and Africans.
We mainly had Jamaican kids because
a lot of Jamaican kids, a lot of West Indian, because it wasn't all Jamaican. You know what I mean? So, but I never felt like we were at odds with the Jamaicans. We were at odds with those people. They just were like, oh, you Black? Oh, and they would be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm Black, but I'm Jamaican. And then, okay, you just learned something about being Jamaican. And it's like, it wasn't a war. It wasn't like we weren't competitive with them. We didn't feel a way about them. You know what I mean? I think that's like
that's what I was saying. It's because we have to realize, especially Black Americans, we are you know what? Somebody might come here and be like, we were raised the same way. But I'm just saying, from my observation, it appears to be that Black Americans are the only ones who were raised culturally to be Pan-African. And I think it's because not only are we Black racially, we're Black ethnically. So for us, when we see another Black person, we see a Black person. I think for others, when they see us, they see a Black American. They see somebody who's Nigerian. They see somebody who's Jamaican. Like, we don't see. I think that's another.
Black Americans. Black Americans call themselves Black. Black people in other places acknowledge their nationality.
Yes.
If you meet a British person, a Black British person, they're not saying I'm Black. Even though they are Black, they're saying I'm British, because they are British. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. With us, I just started saying Black American. I just used to say Black.
Right.
But now I got to put that American on there because, the world is changing.
And I think that's
hard to do, because we don't rock with America.
But then you would get Black people who, and I'm going to put this on Americans, Black Americans. You would get Black Americans who, when they interact with a person, and this is why I think it's an online thing, because I never experienced this. Like, and it's an online thing. Like, oh, you said you're British. You said you're Nigerian. What you saying? You not Black? It's like, no one said that I'm not Black. I'm from Nigeria. I am Nigerian. You know what I mean? Like, that's who I am, and that's what I am. I am British. I'm not saying that I'm not Black, but like, where in America, you just say I'm Black. And it's like, okay, but where are you from? And it's also because if you're an immigrant to like a European country or something like that, they will ask you, like, where are you from? You can say I'm British. And then it would be like, are you like Jamaican? Are you Nigerian? Are you Ghanaian? You know what I mean? So you do identify with the nationality. And people think that, there's a lot of stereotypes and, perceptions. They think Nigerians are snobby or this or that. They think things about people. And so it comes off like, oh, you just don't want to be included, like you're a Black person. And I'm like, no, I don't really think that he erased the contributions of Black Americans at all. I think that he just said that immigrants built this country. His speech was about immigrants. His speech wasn't about Black American people. And it's not erasure. It's not,
Here is the thing I would say about his speech, because I feel the same way. I will say this to Black Americans. We have to decide whether we want people to identify as being Black, or if we want them to identify with their nationality, because Black Americans are not exempt from critiquing this because we are the ones, we the cookout Blacks, and we are the ones who are very adamant about somebody, if they're looking a little like us, making sure they identify that way. Then when that person identifies that way and then adds their own little mixture of it, then we have an issue with that. So we have to set some boundaries as well, because we all have also created a lot of chaos. It's them cookout Blacks that got us here, but that's another life.
I mean, I think that if you're Black, yeah, you can come to the cookout, and I'm not going to be offended if you acknowledge that you're not Black American.
Well, but that's the
and
thing.
I can't gatekeep what you call yourself.
But that is the thing. It's becoming an issue because of how we identify. We are expecting, and that's what Black Americans have to realize. Yes, somebody might identify as Black. Their Blackness is not our Blackness. Now, the issue is that our Blackness is global. That's the problem. So when we are saying we're Black in a certain way. Like
we're Black American. Their Black is not Black American.
With
their Black actually is global.
Yes, they're Black, but we have to also realize with being Black racially and ethnically, there is a difference there because our Blackness has been built from survival, right? So a lot of Black people who come to America who are not Black American, their Blackness is not, they don't identify their Blackness that way. They identify more with their nationality. They don't identify with the Black power that we have. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Black Americans, our Blackness is Black power. Black people who are not Black American, their Blackness is just, oh, this is who we are. We're Black. The power, that's not a part of their identity because that is not how they're raised. They haven't experienced that. They came to America to live amongst white people. We fight daily to not do that. So
I think it's two things. I think it's two things. I think that not the problem or like the issue, the conflict comes because if you are an immigrant from like an African country, you are tied to a country. You know your roots in a way that we unfortunately do not. Like we're not tied to Africa.
Okay, I was about to say we know our roots. We've been here for a long time.
Yeah, we know our roots, but like our roots go back to like the American South. They could be like, oh, my dad is in Ghana or Nigeria. You know what I mean? So I think it's a little different. And we also have to acknowledge, and I don't think a lot of people are mindful of this, when we talk about like slavery or antebellum slavery, we're not the only descendants of slaves, you know what I mean? And they are immigrants too, because like the British colonial system had slaves. And then like that's why like when you go to like Jamaica or Barbados or the Bahamas or like Bermuda or, you know, any of them, their culture is, they are British, but they are descendants. Their culture is West Indian, but they grew up under British rule. So the money is British. They always had white people there. The white people are British, and they are descendants of slaves as well from Africa. But it's different. It's not Southern tradition. It's not Southern American food. It's not Black American culture. So like we have to be respectful of that, and we don't own the monolith on Blackness. So I think that it was unfair to even say that he's doing some kind of like erasure where he's really speaking like from the heart about his roots. I think people just see a Black man giving props to immigrants.
But that's what I'm saying. That is the problem with how, because Black American culture is global, people are expecting Black people who are not Black American to show up as Black American.
But I think we have to change our expectation.
I'm going to talk about that. So that's the thing. When I was listening to his speech, I thought it was so beautiful. And then he made that happen. And I knew exactly what was going to happen, especially because of the time that we're in. Yeah. I knew as soon as he said it, I said, because I did too. I knew what he meant. And I want to say this. As somebody who I haven't received an award on TV, but I've received some accolades. And I'm listen, I've been on some stages, And I want to say this. When you get something, especially when you get awarded like that, and it's unexpected, you are overcome with emotions. I remember, being like, oh, I should have said this or I should have.
Yeah.
You're nervous. A lot of things is happening. Also, currently right now, a lot of people do not know this. ICE is kidnapping. It's kidnapping anybody who appears to be an immigrant. Right. And the largest community of people who have been detained, kidnapped, and trafficked by ICE are Black people all over, right? Not Black American, right? A lot of people do not know that because Latinos have become the face of, ICE's enemy, right? But it's really, they're not showing you Black people. They're not showing you that the majority of people are there are Black, but the majority are Haitian. And they are not showing us that because of how Black people, Black Americans will react to that. So they're going to make
right. Because it would just look like Black people.
Absolutely. So, and they know we'll hop into action. So they're being very strategic about this, right? So I said that to say, Black people who were upset with what he said, you have to realize, although he's Black, right? He is a Black man who is Nigerian. He has Nigerian parents who immigrated here to America. ICE is picking up everybody. You being the first gen, you being DACA, don't matter to them. So the man is also very fearful, right? I think that it was probably a great thing that he retired his mama, but he probably retired his mama out of fear. Got his mama with him because he don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Got his mama with him because he doesn't know what's going to happen. So I think that speech was about currently what's happening now. Now, I will say this about Shaboozey because, and this is Beyonce, I was just like, oh God, please, girl, I hope this isn't your first Dr. Phil. Because Beyonce, a Black American woman who opened up this door for him, it is expected for him to give her flowers, right? Or just look back and say, because it's just expected of that, right? And because the way that he has moved, especially working with very controversial anti-Black white artists, it's looking a little funny in the light. But then again, to my people, I say he's Black, but he's Nigerian. We have to realize that although we look the same, we do not see the world the same. So you can't expect him to know what we know or react the way we react, especially if he is not in community with us. And that is my only critique of Black Americans, is that if we see somebody who looks like us, we expect for them to know what we know and react the way we react, because we are expecting. I tell the story all the time. My ex-stepdad is Jamaican. And I remember he was just like this big brute he's still here, this big brute of a guy. And he has all this machismo. And I will never forget when he got into an argument with a white guy. My mom got into an argument with a white guy. He was so afraid. I remember being a child looking at him. And my mom was looking at him like, what are you going to do? And he was so scared. He would not say anything to that guy. He was like, come on. He's called my mom Boo. He's like, come on, Boo, get in the car. He would not address the situation. And my mom is ready to go. My mom is ready to throw hands on this white man, right? She is looking at him like, what are you what's going on? And he's trying to put my mom in a car. And I'll never forget looking at that situation as a child. And my mom is like, why didn't you step in? And he's like, I'm an immigrant. He's like, I can't do nothing like that with no white person. Are you crazy? He was so fearful. And that moment always stuck with me because I watched how he approached life and how he just approached his everyday life. And I realized, we see this world so differently, because my mom was looking like, this white guy ain't gonna say nothing to me. And he's looking like, if I do say anything, I could get in a lot of trouble. And I've heard that
your mom has certain privileges that he
yes yeah. But that is the thing. I even heard that within their family. It's just we can't get active like y'all, can get active because the consequences are so different. And
that's not to say Jamaicans don't get active, though.
Well, hello, the Philly ones especially. But it was just it was something really important for me to see, because that allowed me to realize that, yes, we look the same. We don't see the world or experience the world the same way. So I think that was a Black man who was Nigerian, first gen, who was happy, also scared, and stepped up and made a statement that was not true. And now we're going to get into the eraser. The reason why it was such and many probably do not know that, the reason why it was such a trigger for so many Black Americans and Native Americans that immigrants built this country is because it is a white supremacist statement. A lot of people do not know that. Just like race card, I do not say that word. Those are white supremacist statement. And what that statement means is it makes immigrants feel like they are the model minority, and we know how dangerous the model minority is. Hello, affirmative action. It makes them believe that they are better. So the white supremacists started this notion that immigrants are better than Native Americans and Black Americans. And why do you want the people who are immigrating here to believe that? Because if you believe that, then you won't do the research. You won't research what happened to Native Americans. A lot of people do not, Americans as well, do not know that 10 million Native Americans were slaughtered by the forefathers. They don't know that. They don't know that those Native Americans are currently being picked up by ICE. There are viral videos every freaking day of Native Americans protecting their reservations and being like, you cannot touch us. But the reason why it is so little knowledge about them is because if you do any research on them, then you will be able to correctly see who your oppressor is. But if you remain ignorant to these people and to their struggle, then you will not want to have any empathy or sympathy for them. That's why their history and our history is not taught in the schools, because you do not want to raise empathetic children, especially empathetic white children. Because if you do, then there is going to be a change. A change will come, but it won't come as fast if the next generation is ignorant. And it has worked for so long that people do not know that not only were Native Americans here, there was already a healthy foundation of the land. It was pilgrims who are now considered white Americans who brought diseases, who brought all kinds of poison to that community and poisoned the land. Many of us are sick because of what these pilgrims did to the land. Only Native Americans know this land and know how to heal and protect this land. That's why they don't play on their reservations. That's why they don't let nobody come there and try to have your way, because they're the only people who know the land. So that's a problem there, because you are erasing the people who are not only already here, but the people who were slaughtered so that you could come to this great nation and say that it's the best thing ever. They can't say that, right? Then you also erase our people, Black Americans, who are the descendants of enslaved Africans who were brought here. You erase the people who were forced to build this nation that you have come to have a great opportunity. I've always said this is not nothing new. I say that every marginalized community here in the United States of America owes Black Americans a debt.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the civil rights movement, none of y'all would be here. If it wasn't for the sacrifices of Black Americans who fought and died for you, they considered you as well. My ancestors did not fight just for us. They said everybody should live like this.
Yeah.
So when you get up there, you make that statement on a world stage where it has impact, and where we, the people, the Black Americans and Native Americans, knows where that statement comes from, it is a trigger. I don't think any of that was intentional. I think he was emotional. I think he was caught up, but I also think the problem is he doesn't have the education, and he is in spaces where statements like that are said and believed. And that is the problem, because a Black man who is Nigerian and who is first generation Nigerian, who has a Black American community wouldn't have said that.
Well,
and
no,
I don't telling you.
I don't know that to be true.
There are Black immigrants who are in community with us who wouldn't have made a sidestep like that.
But he's not. He's of Nigeria.
You froze. Oh Lord. Come back, Arnold. Come back, Arnold. Well, while Arnold is coming back.
We back?
There you are. Go ahead. You're back. Go ahead.
Yeah. He's not Nigerian though. He's of Nigerian.
Yeah, okay.
His mom is Nigerian. He was born and raised over here. So he is an American. So I think his experience is not of an immigrant, it's of a child of an immigrant, but as an American. So I think he grew up and he from Houston? Ain't he from Texas or something?
I believe so.
Yeah, no, he grew up with Black people, Black American people. So I think that he
grew up in Texas doesn't mean he grew up, and also it doesn't mean he grew up around us. And also, Houston has a huge Nigerian community. They do.
I just think, but again, he's not like, he doesn't have any attachment to Nigeria as being from Nigeria. Like he was raised here. Even if he was raised here among, with his family and friends, they still were going to school. The school wasn't all Nigerian. He's still in the music industry and he's in country music, and he's the only Nigerian, I'm sure. You know what I mean? And it's the South at that. I think he just misspoke. I don't think that it's because he's like not
absolutely. I think he misspoke.
But again, I can't even say that he misspoke. I
don't think he would have said that consciously. I think that it's probably something that he has heard and something that has been said a bunch of times. But again, that just comes from lack of learning. I've always said this on my channel. If you plan on coming to America, you are doing
like
service, not learning about
the assumption that he was doing some kind of erasure. And I just think
keep on freezing.
He just made a statement, and I as a Black American person didn't feel like excluded from that. I felt like he was talking about immigrants, and I was just like, okay, he's talking about immigrants, not about like Black Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because I
didn't feel like erased.
That although I didn't feel like that either. I'm saying a lot of people have felt that way because that is a statement.
Because that's like what
So that's the thing. It was a triggering statement because it's something that it's constantly been used to
yes. Okay.
Contributions of Native Americans, especially the contributions of Black Americans. Because if you say immigrants built this country, then the entire argument for us to even get an ounce of reparations goes away. That's when that started, when Black Americans started to really fight for our reparations, which we are owed. Hello, do you have your 40 acres and a mule? I know I don't. So when we started fighting for our reparations, that statement started to make the rounds, and it started to take weight with a lot of immigrant people who started to say that as like a way of, building themselves up. But also for some, it's like this weird competition that they put themselves in with some Americans. And what you said about how he sees himself, I think that's a very interesting conversation. And I think for the next generation, like second gen and beyond, I think Blackness is going to be really interesting in the United States of America, because that's the thing. He is of Nigerian descent, but he's American. So
he's American.
That identity is going, like, where is that going to be? How is that going to be defined? Because Black Americans have a defined culture and identity here in America. What does that now mean for Black people who are not American?
I think all of us have our dualities, and I think we're all allowed to have our dualities. And there is a tendency amongst Black American people to be like, you got to be this and you got to be this first. And I just think that that's not reality. You know what I mean? If you are Black and you are of foreign descent, then I think that you have every right and you should represent your foreign descent. If you are Black an American and your culture is Black America, but maybe you're like LGBT, you know what I mean? Like gay culture is your culture as well. You know what I mean? Like we all have our dualities. Like I'm a gay man and I'm like fully into like the culture of, like being gay, you know what I mean? And it's like, I've been asked before, or I've been part of discussions where they ask you like, are you gay first or are you like, Black first? How do you identify? And it's like, well, you just are. It's like not a first, you just are everything. Like you are all of your cultures, because that makes up you as an individual. So I think that like, it will be interesting, but I don't think that any of it is wrong. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think
the thing about it is none of it is actually wrong. The problem is we are living in an experiment of race in America, right? So and I've heard a lot of immigrant people say this, like when they're in their home country, they are that, right? When they come to America, they got to find where they fit, because even though, like, I remember this older Samoan man was talking about how when he came to America, he's like, I'm Samoan, you know what I mean? Like, that's who I am. But because at the time that he came around Jim Crow, he was just like, I had to like identify as Black. He said it was like such a young person knowing who I am and knowing that I'm not that, but being forced.
The country forces you to do that.
Yes, that's what's happening here. Like people are being forced into these boxes, but America is expanding, and it's
even if you ever hear Asian Americans speak about it, they you come to the country, you obviously want to come here to be successful and give your children a better life, so you kind of model yourself after the dominant culture that is successful. You know what I mean? And it's not really like intentional. You don't come over here like racist or anything, but you really are trying to be like what white people have, you know what I mean? And I think that's what most immigrants do. That's why, like, when Nigerians come over here, I don't know no Nigerian who not an engineer or a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. They come over here and get the best education, and as an immigrant, you really are trying to strive. And you come over here as an immigrant and you're not really seeing like Black struggle, and you see Black people and you see how white Americans treat Black people, and you just feel like, I don't want to, if I have a choice, like, I don't want to be that. If you're Black, sometimes you don't have the choice. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. You don't have the choice. But then when you do that, for some who do, when you do that, I don't want to really
associate.
It becomes an issue because you are only allowed here because of those people that you do not deem worthy to build any kind of relationship with. So that is the issue. And it's not, I'm gonna be honest, it's not just with Black immigrants, it's with everybody.
The Samoan thing was so fun because Samoans be like real Black. Like they be real, like,
especially them Cali ones. My God, today.
They be on it. Like, but again, society probably forces them. They're not Black, but they're brown. They're of color. They're not white. People were like, what are y'all? So you find community with Black people. They were pushed to live in Black communities. That's why so many immigrants.
It's so interesting because you don't know about that. I was just like, Samoans had to identify as Black for a while. What are you talking
I don't even know they were. I mean, all the Samoans that I know of are identify as Samoan, but I think that they probably were in instances where people were like, they probably were living in Black neighborhoods, and they like, Samoans could look like a light-skinned Black person, you know what I mean? And I think that it was probably like assumed you Black and you get treated like the Blacks, whether you are or not.
One of my friends who I used to go to church with, she posted these pictures on Facebook, and it kind of like went viral in our little group because we were all laughing because she was showing pictures of her back in the day, like during Christmas. And we were all having a good key about that because like all of the decor and everything, like their Santas were Black.
Yeah.
Like all of her, like all the Santa stuff was Black. And one of like the conversation started. One of my friends asked, like, why do y'all have a black Santa? She was like, well, we're Mexican, and there was no Mexican Santa.
There's no Mexican Santa.
She was like, my mom was not getting us a white Santa, so we had all of our decor back in the day was black Santa. And I thought that was so funny because we don't realize it because we're just living in it. We don't realize that America is black and white.
Yeah. That's
it. America is black and white, and everybody has to choose where they fit in. And I never thought about it because I don't have to choose. So it really is very interesting. But in Shaboozey's statement, when he said, I am a black man, right? And he said we for a lot of stuff concerning Black Americans. I was like, oh, okay. And so that made me think like, oh, so this is like, I won't necessarily say identity crisis, but I will say it has to be some kind of tussle.
He's reminding y'all that he's a black American too.
He's all of the above, basically. Yeah. And but that's the thing in America, you got to choose, and that it's unfortunate, but it is the fabric of America. Because I always say that America is just full of gangs. It's just divided by race. So when you come to America, you got to choose your set. Don't nobody like anybody in between, right? Because you look a little flaky to us because we don't know what's your set. Who are you repping? And for those who have to come here and choose, how interesting. Because listen, we don't have to choose. Our set was chosen for us. But, on the opposite side of that, you got to kind of find where you fit in. And I was reading this really, really good.
If you're Nigerian, it was chosen for you too. You can say you're Nigerian, but that doesn't make you
like Arnold, let's be real. In America, you're not Nigerian, you're black.
You're black. That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. So I'm like, but we see black as Black American.
Yeah.
So you can't you can say that I'm Nigerian. That's great. Everybody's going to see you as Black American. Nobody's going to really respect that. And that's why oftentimes you don't know somebody is not Black American until you get their Instagram.
Until you know their family and stuff.
Yeah. Or until you see family pictures and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
What is that? This isn't Halloween. Oh, what? You don't really know that because it's just safer to.
I can say that about some biracial people too. If they passing enough, it's like
you don't know that they got a white mom until Mother's Day. You're like, oh, but they're probably identifying with the set they most look like.
Yeah,
and that is just America. But I want to say this, and I'm gonna hop into the comments. There was a really interesting thread about Black immigrants and just it was about Shaboozey, but it was just about how a lot of them were saying, we don't believe that it was a slight. He was really telling our story. And our story is, yes, we are Black. We look Black, but we identify with the immigrant story, but we also identify as Black. And this one girl was talking about how her boyfriend, I think he's Grenadian. Please, I hope I'm not saying it wrong. And she said that he explained it to her. He said, it's like I'm sitting in the middle of the couch between two cultures. Both of them are a part of me, but I can't be in just one.
Right.
So he's like his parents, he's first gen. Yeah, he's first gen. And he's just like, I grew up around Black Americans. My parents' culture is, I think it's Grenadian. I'm sorry to say it wrong. He said, that's my parents' culture. Yes, they also taught that to me, but the majority of the time I'm around Black American people. I'm in Black American spaces. So he said, a part of me also feels very Black American.
Yeah.
And he said, when people interact with me, they interact with me like I'm a Black American. So I feel very a part of their culture, although knowing this is what I am as well. But he said, it's like I'm sitting in the middle of the couch between these two cultures. It was a really interesting.
And I bet when he goes to Grenada, I bet when he goes to Grenada, like so many immigrants do, when they were raised here, when you go there, you're called American because your accent is.
He said they either call him an American or they call him a Yankee.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't fit in there. I don't. You know what? I will say it's kind of like they sound like biracials. Black immigrants are experiencing the biracial lifestyle as well. My God, today. My God, today, look at what we're discovering.
If your parent, and I know immigrants who, and this is for all. I know plenty of immigrants of many different cultures who their parents are from another country and their parents are fluent in the language and they don't speak the language.
Yeah.
Because their parents are like, I don't want you, like, I want you to assimilate. Like, I don't want you to have an accent. I don't want you, so we're not going to speak to you in it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to have an accent. And as you get older, you have an appreciation for, like, the culture that your parents came from because that's your roots. But yeah, you are Black and you are an immigrant. And I just, as far as Shaboozey, I just didn't see a problem with him saying what he said because I didn't feel like it negated anything.
Yeah.
I understood what he was saying.
You also, like, again, and I'm just going to put this on Philly, you also have an education and understanding of your history.
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people do not have that. And we have Black Philadelphians have a very complex identity because although our city is predominantly Black, we're also in a lot of diverse
yeah.
and we have a lot of experience that a lot of people do not have. That's also
it's so funny whenever you say that Philly is predominantly Black because I think that is true, but also Philly is like really segregated because like it's so weird because it's a lot of Black people, but it's also a lot of everything else, but they're in pockets. Like you can be in parts of Philly and like you're not seeing no Black people in certain neighborhoods, and it's like, you know. Yeah. I think that's a cool experience.
But yeah, it's a cool experience. It's also not the desired places that you want to be because if you don't see any Black people, get the hell out of there. Not because of racism, because
as a Black person, no, I don't want to be
there. It's because of meth, baby, not racism.
Oh my God. No, funny enough, those are some of the most diverse the parts you don't want to be in. Listen, I was in Port Richmond a couple years ago.
Why?
Because I had a friend who lived in Port Richmond and fab apartment, terrible neighborhood.
Yes.
I saw a United Nations of drug addicts. They were like, it was horrible, but it was like, oh, I'm seeing like every race, creed, color kind of person, and they're all together. And they were zombies, but they're all together. I'm like, yo, race doesn't mean anything if y'all trying to score together.
No, they were. If anything, they're the most unified community ever. And those relationships,
addicts.
Oh my God. They only break up when they get clean. My God, today, that addict love is powerful.
Yes. Wait. Oh, okay. We got a comment. It's powerful. It knows no color.
No color. Meth knows no color. AI is for Anomaly said the comment about those who choose to work hard and immigrants building the country made me raise a brow. Again, it is. I'm not saying give grace because we've given enough, but just understand the source. My mom always says that. Consider the source. And the source of that comment, white supremacy. That is a white supremacist talking point. And what that is it's putting immigrants on a pedestal saying you came here and you work hard with nothing. And look at these lazy Americans on welfare, which is not true. Immigrants are able to come here because of the civil rights movement, because of the work and bloodshed of Black Americans who, when they fought for their rights, they considered them as well. Immigrants are, nobody works harder than Americans who are considering people who they've never met, who are never here, right? Who have not yet touched this land. Those Americans that that you are being pitted against are the ones who are voting for you to come here, are the ones who are voting for you to not only come to America, but come into their neighborhoods and share their resources. Poor and working class Americans are not your enemy. Black Americans are not your enemies. they are actually your greatest ally. But if you go ahead.
Freedom is intertwined.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Black Americans know that if only one community experiences the greatness and the freedoms of America, then that is not a healthy nation.
Well, I think they know more specifically that oppression for one is oppression to all.
Oppression for all, yes.
Which I think is like very, very important, especially in this point in time, because like we do live in a very like individualistic society, and I think that like everyone needs to know.
Community.
And I'm like a real student of history too, so like I think everyone needs to know, like, if you have like if a group is making a scapegoat out of any one group, then they're going to graduate onto more groups, and eventually it will be your group. So like, no, as a Black person, do I really have like I don't feel personally attacked when like a certain administration is going after and vilifying Latino immigrants. I'm not Latino, I'm not an immigrant, but also I know that it's going to be for Black people too. I know it's going to be for gay people too. I know it's going to be for.
We were first. I know a lot of people are, saying Black Americans, this is your fight too. They'll come for you next. We were first. That's why we were fighting so hard for this man not to get in office. We see it. Black Americans are not oracles. We are not seers. We are not psychics. We've just been here before and we know what it's like. So we were trying to stop this. Unfortunately, our hands are tied, and now America is living without the covering of Black Americans. And this is the America we've protected you all from for so long.
It's so funny you should use that phrase, because I just saw a very good quote today, and it was like, Kamala Harris is not a psychic. Kamala Harris was the vice president, and she was briefed every day and was getting all kind of intel about Donald Trump and what Donald Trump wanted to do. So when she was warning y'all, she was really warning y'all. She wasn't saying, I think. She wasn't saying like, I was like, you know what? That's a really good point. She was really telling y'all this is what it is, and not because I'm like, all knowing. This is what the fuck it is, and people didn't like her laugh or didn't like she was a black woman.
Yep.
We got another comment.
Dr. Edmani said, I don't think his follow-up was bad. Personally, he did address everything. I just think it's immigrants. We have so much to worry about now. We just need to educate each other.
I agree. I actually really liked his follow-up. I think that he addressed everyone's issue, like, and he explained his perspective. Like, I was nervous. I'm a child of an immigrant. I was up on stage receiving my Grammy. You know what I mean?
I think honestly, a lot of these issues would not be issues if people, especially if you are going to be somebody that puts yourself in front of people, you have to diversify your community.
Yeah.
Really do. You cannot get up there with this one way of thinking and you are making content for everybody. Diversify. If you plan on being in front of people, diversify that community. If you plan on making your money off of people liking your art, diversify your community immediately, because
I just think as a person you need to be well-rounded. Like, I am so immensely grateful that like of my community that I've built. Like, some of my best friends are like immigrants or children of immigrants, and some of them are Latino. If they're Puerto Rican, they're American, but their culture is very specific. And I just know so many people, and I've been in people's homes and eaten their food and got to experience. And I just think that just makes you a well-rounded person. You know what I mean? And I'm also giving them my culture, and also like even me, my personal culture. Like, my mom is from North Philly. My dad is from the South. You know what I mean? So like, these are different ways of growing up in your household. So I just think that like everyone grows from a little diversity. Yeah, especially if you're making a little money, but it just makes you a better person.
You are absolutely right. Yasmin said, everyone has been against Black Americans. We have been trying to unify everyone. I think that's because of how we're raised. And I think we don't have tribalism because of how we were brought here. Like, we had to have each other. We had to create a culture. We had to create a language. Like, we had to work together. Like, people are saying, oh my God, Black Americans are telepathic. We had to train that instrument, right? There is so much of our culture that is just survival. I think if we would have been left in West Africa, we probably would have the same mindset. But that's just, fortunately, how we had to evolve and become these people, because so much of our culture is survival, and because we have always depended upon each other. Again, we expect for somebody who looks like us to feel and want to experience us the same way we want to experience them. And that's just Black Americans. That's just not the case. Everybody, just because somebody is Black does not mean that they are the same culturally. Now, there are so many similarities, and I think that's beautiful. I think that's where we need to land, in our similarities, and we can work from there. But I think we have to be respectful that although we look alike, we are not the same. CM said this country was built by Black folks. The first Europeans that visited Turtle Island called it out. Yes. Now, here's the thing. America was already built, right? There was already a community here, a land here, a nation here. It was Native Americans, right? Then colonizers came to America, and they brought enslaved Africans to build this nation. America was already built, but it was built off of two of the greatest genocides on this land. And the people who are remnants from that genocide don't like being left out. The genocide people got a chip on their shoulder. That's all it is. But again, I don't think Shaboozey meant any harm. Deco said, as a child of immigrants, I don't get it. As a child of immigrants who was born in America and not my parents' home country, Black American history is what we learned growing up here. I don't get not feeling united with Black Americans.
Yeah.
Deco, I think that's great, but you also, where did you grow up? You also, you know what I mean? Everybody has a different experience. I say that as a Black American from Philly. It wasn't until I started to travel when I was just like, oh, wait a minute, we are different. You know what I mean? So you probably grew up in a place that had a thriving Black community. A lot of places do not have that. And so the experience is very different. Devonta said, but a lot of them voted for Trump and working with ICE to deploy their friends and family members.
That's Latinos.
Listen, I don't know what's going on. I've always said it. I don't know what's going on with the Latino community. I'm concerned. That's the movement is very odd, but I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm very concerned. Also, we have to realize we're in financial crisis, and a lot of people were signing up for that check that they're never going to get.
Yeah,
they're never going to get that bonus. So, America's a capitalist nation. People do terrible things for money, and money,
terrible things.
Money corrupts a lot of people. Hello, Epstein files. L Boogie said, I think the issue is that many immigrants don't think that Black American culture and history is important, and the way that they tend to get their culture in the same way as white people do. It can be dismissed. Yes, that is true, but it is because our nation tries to dismiss our culture, right? So we have to realize what is being fed concerning us by this nation that persecutes us, kills our leaders, are refusing us reparations. We have to realize, we have to think about the image that they are sending of us to other people. Hello, Black Americans. Remember the commercials that we used to see as kids growing up about African kids? We never saw any of them healthy. And a lot of us had never, no, seriously. You remember them commercials?
Like, yeah.
Yes, it was always some
10 cents a day.
ashy, got flies on them with a big stomach, a white woman feet giving them water. That was constantly playing daily. So what is your expectation?
And we were taught to think of Africa as like a country instead of as a continent with all these different countries.
Well, that's just, that's just pure stupidity.
Yeah.
We also thought that it was a really small continent. We had no idea how big and vast Africa is. Look at the freaking maps.
Even like when I was a kid, when we would meet Africans, they were just African. We didn't it rarely acknowledged that they were what country they were from.
Yeah. It was all, we get our influence by the Africans.
Yeah.
We didn't know that there was a difference, but that's the thing.
You did see your image of like an African really was like, and those kids were from Somalia, hungry Somalian kids when they were going through a famine. And
finish your food because there's starving children in Africa.
In Africa, yeah.
So the propaganda was already set. Yeah. So if we're being fed that by our media about Africa, what do you think they're being fed about us? Come on. So I'll give to that because I remember what I saw growing up and to finally getting older and interacting with Black people from Africa and realizing that, that's not it. But if that's all you see, you will believe that. Now, I will say that I believe those things or was fed those things as a child, from media. Now, I'm going to say this. Everybody's adults now. I'm going to give the kids grace. You grown people still interacting in these diaspora wars, you want to be there. You want to be there. You too big. You too grown. You know better. And if you are still believing this negative stuff being said about any Black person, foolish. Let me tell you something. You can't say nothing to me about a Black person. I need a receipt. If you're not Black, nope. I want to hear from them. I want to hear their side of the story first. I will not. You cannot tell me if you are not Black, you cannot tell me anything about a Black person. I'm not going to believe it. I need a receipt. I need a visual. I don't trust it because of the propaganda that's been put out about my people, and it's been put out about Black people from other countries. I can't trust it. I can't trust it because the propaganda is strong.
So I'm gonna give Shaboozey grace because I wasn't. I'm not giving Jelly Roll no grace. If we do going speech for speech, Jelly Roll no grace. You're dead to me, and I don't know if you were ever alive to me because I don't know what you do. I don't know what Jelly Roll does.
I will say my grace is for the kids. I don't have any grace for adults. It's like you're too big to not know. Or maybe it was just how I was raised. If I didn't know something, I had to get a dictionary. I had to look it up. I had to research it. I don't know. I grew up in a time where you just couldn't be dumb. That wasn't it.
You could not be dumb.
Look it up. We had to do reports on everything growing up. My God, today.
I had dictionaries. I had a dictionary.
Encyclopedias.
And then I was required to get a thesaurus on top of the dictionary. We had encyclopedias. It's so weird how dumb people are when you got all of that in here. It's like, I don't understand how you're dumb. You have more knowledge than I ever had.
Choice. You are choosing to be stupid.
It's a choice.
Too much knowledge out there. Give Me Shelter said, that's right. The FBA's got the game effed up. We are all a part of the same diaspora. I want to be really clear about this. The FBAs are also another subset of white supremacists. They absolutely came out of nowhere, and they are one of the biggest people fueling the diaspora wars. We also have to realize foundational Black Americans. The problem is the online discourse is giving this community weight. And like Shaboozey, I knew with the online discourse from FBA's Foundational Black Americans, I knew that they were going to run that up. And what FBAs are, Foundational Black Americans, they are this subset of Black Americans who are saying that, not only are we foundational Black Americans, we're also natives.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. No, I didn't know that's what they was calling themselves. No.
Yes.
Listen.
So, and they're using, I'm only saying this once just so people can know that is a term that is derogatory. They call Black immigrants tethers, to say that they are tethering to Black Americans and stealing from. It's really terrible. I do not engage with them because they're not doing that in good faith. My issue is that the constant diaspora wars are giving that community legs, and they're going to do a lot of damage, and I am extremely concerned. Go ahead.
They are. I've had a couple little online run-ins with them, and it gets
unwell.
It's like, oh, I can't argue with you because you are a crazy person. Like they're crazy people. Like when they start saying stuff about how we're like the real Indians, and they really be going in, it's like, oh no, this is a crazy person.
Yeah, you think you're talking to somebody normal, and then you're just like, oh, okay, let me back out of here because now we're in crazy town.
Like when you meet a Barb.
Yes.
It's like, oh no. Yeah. No, never mind.
Sorry. I didn't mean to engage. Forgive me.
I didn't mean to engage. Yeah. It's like you're Homer Simpson, where you just back up into the bush.
Because you don't realize it until you're halfway through the conversation, like,
right.
I thought we were just being Black and proud. Now it's getting weird.
Yeah.
Zora said a Haitian man just died under mysterious circumstances in ICE custody. The reason why I always like to talk about this is because a lot of people do not realize that it is Haitians who are in custody, and that is the majority there, guys. Latinos are the face. They are not the majority. And it is absolutely convenient that it is Haitians that they are going after. We all know what Haitians were able to do. So we all know why they are on the #1 hit list for ICE. You don't want that Black power.
Well, they've been since then.
Yeah. Yep.
Revolution. They've been under attack.
Do it again.
That's why their country has been destabilized.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the only
why they were still in debt to France.
Yep. That is the only reason why they have been enemy #1, because they were successful once and they don't want them to be successful again. A Haitian woman also just died in ICE custody.
They also just won, like, federal judge just ruled that, like, he can't like throw out their federal protection, like protected status. Like that just happened this week or last week, which is like a huge win. You can't just be like, oh, all the Haitians gotta go. Like, no, these people came here, they were granted legal asylum. Yeah.
Yep. We have a super chat from Zora. Thank you, Zora. Zora said, I'm just disappointed in Shaboozey because this Immigrants Built America statement has been discussed in Nigerian spaces as problematic for erasure reasons. Also, his use of his stage name, Shaboozey. Well, you see, he ended his statement with his given name. Now, thank you so much, Zora, for your super chat. Now, Arnold, are you aware that Shaboozey is actually a mockery of his actual name, which is Shaboozey, I believe? And the reason why he calls himself Shaboozey is because his white friends didn't know how to pronounce his name. So he just made that his name. And I'm telling you, the funniest thing was when everybody started finding out about him because of Cowboy Carter. The Nigerians were so happy. As soon as they found out why he calls himself Shaboozey, they were like, oh, absolutely not. They were immediately disappointed. But that's why he calls himself that.
Okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's been a thorn in his side for some time. L Boogie said, education is key. Immigrants need to learn real American history and let that model minority mess go, because if not, you'll have an issue like the model minority who helped get rid of affirmative action. And now no Asian can get into school. Like, my God, today. Damn, they had low numbers, and that is next to nothing. And they're like, thanks a lot. But it's not just immigrants. I also Americans as well. I think all Americans need to learn Native American history and Black American history. The reason why you have to realize why it's held back from you, because that being held back from you, you will never be able to realize what America could be or what America was. Mm-hmm. Vicky said, Nikki, I have always appreciated how you lead thoughtful discussions around the diaspora. Arnold, thank you for your commentary and insight.
Yes, thank you, Vicky.
Thank you so much, Vicky. Listen, it's a tough conversation. It needs to be had. Miranda said, millions of Native Americans, North and South, were killed through biological warfare. The Europeans kept bringing disease their bodies had never encountered. Absolutely.
Very true.
Busola said they wouldn't have mapped the West Coast of America without indigenous people of the land. Listen, I say this as a Philadelphian who had no idea how so much of our everyday life is Native American culture. Hello. In Philly alone, we as children learned how to pronounce and write.
Everything here is
Native American.
It's all Native American. But here's the weird thing. Some people, you ever interact with people who are new to the Philly area, and you just naming streets, and they're like,
we sound crazy.
We sound crazy, and I'm like a Black man, and I'll be really giving them like Native American history. I'm like, well, yeah, like you on Tupahawken Street, or like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, go down to Susquehanna, then you go past
Susquehanna, yeah, the Schuylkill, yeah, it's like fully Conshohocken, fully,
we literally have towns outside of Philly dedicated to Native Americans, and we did not know that.
Yeah.
Philly is very.
It's just the culture here, because it's like, yes, everything here is named after like the Lenape, and and it's so funny, like when people, they just don't get it. Like they're just like, oh, these are weird names. How do you say it? And I'm like, oh, it's Lenape. Like it's a Lenape word. And and they're like looking at me like, what? And I'm like, I'm just so used to it. You're just so, because you grow up.
We learned so much about Native culture. We just never knew. Like I love it. Spitzy said, from my point of view, when Black and brown people say immigrants built this country, they are stating the colonized country was built by immigrants. I believe that as well. It's just that statement, right? That statement was used in a negative way. And unfortunately, those who are using it in a positive way, it's the sting is too much.
The sting,
for that to be repurposed. So just let that die. And, I'd rather you say you contributed to America greatly, and this nation is as much as your nation as it is everybody else's.
That sounds perfect. Yeah.
Which is very true.
Yeah.
Give Me Shelter said, that's why it's their time to fight, because if they have to sweat and bleed for rights, next time they won't take them for granted. Let me go back to resting though. Now, here's what I will say about that. I, as a Black American, and I'm just being very honest, guys, no shade, this is not taking shots, I'm just being honest. I wouldn't trade places with any immigrant, right? It is because the America that you experience is not the same America that I experience. And I think a lot of immigrants have to realize that when you come here, you are American. You cannot see this nation as a nation that you have to constantly say thank you to. I think when you come here, shout out to Native Americans, thank you so much. Shout out to Black Americans, thank you so much. Learn the history of that land and the marginalized communities that fought for you to be here. Then you start putting a foundation in the America that you want America to be. Stop seeing yourself as an outsider or like you don't belong.
That's a very good point, because most immigrants that I know, and from any immigrant, they operate from like, oh, I'm so grateful. I owe everything to this country. And, I'm so grateful to this country. And this country did. And it's like, yes, as a person who's born here, I understand my privileges being an American and, being of a certain class system or whatever. But like, I still can acknowledge fundamental problems like in the country and in our society, and some of them just do not do that, and it is like, so it's like heresy to them to hear
to critique America
because they're like, how can you criticize America? This America gave me everything, and I bought a house, and it's just like, okay, you
come back to us, Arnold.
You have the freedom to like critique the country, but yes, they come here and they feel, oh, I'm so grateful and I owe this country everything, and like this country can't do anything wrong, and it's like,
no, you don't. If anything, you owe 2 communities, but that's it. Right. And those communities ain't even sweating it like that. Just don't be nasty.
Just don't harm us.
Them. Like, don't go to war with them. That's it.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was, this is your land, right? You're here now. You're paying taxes. You are living in this. So you do not have to live in a way that many Americans will never choose to live. Like, it's not that you are living better than Black Americans. You are just comfortable with less. And because you are comfortable with less, you will absolutely be platformed, because you will never be expecting what this land should and can offer. That is why Black Americans are made the enemy, because we have pushed this nation so far to the right side of history. We forced them to get there. They did not want to be there. That's why they're working so hard to undo all the work that we have done, because they didn't want America to be a place where you can come and live a better life. What you need to do is be able to stay in your home country and live that life. You would have been able to live that life if you were not destabilized by the nation you're giving your tens to. So you, like, if you're going to come here, invest, but this is your land too. Mm-hmm. You have a voice. They feel like they can take it from you because you make them feel like that.
Like, if you're gonna be American, be American. Don't be like, American. Oh, I'm like pandering to America. And so it's like, just be American, and you can
be American. It's a reason why ICE is only in certain neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They're not going to them neighborhoods where them immigrants will shoot back. There are certain neighborhoods. Oh, they out here in LA, but they ain't in certain neighborhoods, because they know they tried going to Compton. It didn't work. It didn't work. Let them know this is your land too.
Is it immigrants in Compton?
There's a viral video of them trying to go to Compton, and the guy said, "You a gangbanger, so am I." And they looked at him and they hopped in their car and they said, "No, not this one. He said, "Oh, okay, because you want to gangbang, let's gangbang." And I said, "That's okay, sir. Sorry for disturbing your day." Devon just said a lot of minority people voted against their own self-interest.
Absolutely.
That's what the minority does. You know, the non-model minorities didn't. They was in the paint with us too. Yeah. Wait. Always Prices said, I agree, Arnold. It's a form of a simulation, and degrees that pay are proven strategy for moving up in the class system, because we cannot negate the caste system globally. Yes. And I also think, going back to what me and Arnold both said, this is why you have to educate yourself about this land. A shout out to the History Channel. I learned so much from that channel as a kid. I did not know, it's always a fun fact that I love. I did not know that gay bars did not exist until the mob. Like, the mob found a way, because gay people were not even allowed to cohabitate. And they're, back in those times, they had to remain closeted. And the mob created a safe space for them with liquor. They started the very first gay bars. So if you don't know about just certain things like that. If you don't have that education of how things came to be in America, then you are tasked with the irresponsibility of repeating some things that should have went away, or you are missing out on so much of your freedom. So education is so important. Yes, study the test to become an American citizen, but also pick up an American history book. Also sit down with Americans, older Americans, Americans that don't look like you or don't have a similar culture. Learn from those people. You have to sit at the feet of marginalized communities, of people who are American, who are from marginalized communities, because they're going to tell you what it really is. And you won't be here again. A lot of you all were duped. You're not getting sympathy because those of us have already known what it was, unfortunately. Go ahead, Arnold.
I was going to add a little caveat to that.
Go ahead.
They were not doing it out of good faith.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They weren't doing it because they wanted gay men to be free. They saw profit.
And it was kind of like easy to be like, because you kind of doing something illegal going to these bars. So it was kind of like, y'all gonna pay up, right? And we just gonna keep the police off y'all heels. But I wouldn't say they were the first gay bars, but they were like official bars. There were like little gay spaces and stuff. But yes, the mob was definitely running rackets and giving protection to these little gay bars. But they was doing it for money because they were extremely homophobic too. But the signs, you know.
Hey, Imani, thank you so much. Dahlia said, here's the thing. If you rep Black America as your set, you got to be willing to ride with us and doing. It's blood in, blood out.
I mean, and it should be, to be honest, because I mean, I will never take anyone's nationality or like their ancestry from them. But like, if you're Black here, you got to realize like that they're viewing you as Black. You know what I mean? But again, I don't think I couldn't, based on those statements, say that Shaboozey does not view himself as Black. I think he just made a statement and it just like obviously got interpreted a little wrong way.
I think he made a statement at a very hot button time. And he also is a public figure, right? So his presence and his words hold weight. We also have to realize that America has been under attack for a very long time by way of the internet.
Yes.
There was a report done of maybe about a month or so ago about how the researchers were looking at social media. Twitter first was exposed for using bots. And a lot of their bots that were white nationalists or posing as Black people, Black Americans, were fake profiles, big, really huge profiles.
Yes.
Huge following were fake profiles from either Russia, India, or Nigeria.
All kind of countries. Yeah.
All kinds of countries.
So the people who are like pushing white nationalist
propaganda, divisiveness.
Like the divisiveness, and you're arguing with them, they're either not real people or they're not Americans. They're not like these American Republican racists. It's just a fiction, just to make you argue with people and to make you go, you know, make y'all butt heads. And that's what they want. That's the whole point. It's some Russians pretending to be a racist white man or pretending to be a Black woman who says, you know what I mean? And yeah, that was a big thing. And the messed up thing was once that got exposed, and they did it themselves, it was like, oh, now you can see where this profile is based. And it's like so cool. Once you started to see that, they took it down, because if they would have kept it, people would have been like, I'm not even arguing with you. Like here's
the thing. I checked Threads. Threads was also doing the same thing. So I was on Threads for a while and it was a real fun, positive place. And then it just started to get like divisive. So every time them diaspora wars pop off, I always click on the person's profile name. If you don't know this, I'm telling you now, click on their profile name. that under the profile name, it will show you where the person is located. If that person is not in the US, I immediately block, because I know that they are just trying to rage bait and cause confusion and division. And it has been
so much what it is, rage baiting.
It's rage baiting, and it's also pushing a false narrative, right? That's how this entire administration operates. It operates on making you feel like they're bigger than the program, that they have all of this power. Like they're showing, showing ICE pick up people in Minnesota. They're not showing what white neighbors in Minnesota who are walking around with shotguns being like, you're not taking my neighbor. They're not showing you the protests in New York. They're not showing you there was a huge protest in LA. I didn't even see it because the news didn't cover it. I saw it on Twitter. I said, this happened yesterday around the corner. Like, I did not know anything about it, but it was a huge
one in Philly too. Huge one in Philly. I mean, I'm used to that because of where I live. Like, I don't live in the city. So like,
in Philly.
Yeah, if it's a protest in Philly, like I gotta see it on the news or something.
Yeah, Philly is the France of America. They love a protest.
Yeah.
But nothing. My God, today. Yeah. But I was just saying, like, we are not seeing that the people are winning. That the people are fighting back. We're not seeing that. So because this administration currently controls the media, we're only seeing things that looks like they're winning. We're not seeing that Trump is being sued all across America and he's losing in every court. We're not seeing that they're freaking out about midterms because they know if they don't win these midterms, all of them getting locked up.
Yeah.
We're not seeing that, but they're just showing us, picking up children, ICE picking up children, and
because it's designed, they want to make you fearful. They don't want you to have even a sliver of hope. So I think that it is very, you have to be very intentional about what you're doing online, who you're following online, what you're consuming online.
Because a lot of these people are rage baiters who are paid to cause division within the United States.
Paid a lot too.
Yes.
Paid a lot.
To destabilize us, we will never be able to get on one accord and properly fight back. So don't engage. I don't engage in anything. Now the rage bait, if you rage baiting, I block. Go ahead.
The comment.
Kali C said the GOP has an effective recruitment program that registers people who vote at citizenship ceremonies. Their propaganda always centers around family values, prosperity, hard work. Yeah.
I didn't know that, but that actually makes a lot of sense. That they would be like, we're the family, we're the, especially if you come from like a kind of conservative family. I mean, country. It's like, like we're the party of family values, and this is.
And look at them eating children. Give Me Shelter said, you are spot on, Nikki. Everyone is being fed propaganda against other groups. The other half of that is free will. So this is only an explanation and not an excuse. I absolutely agree.
I have been saying that this is, again, we were just talking about how I've been saying that I'm going analog, I'm getting off line, and and I'm going to be listening to my Olivia Dean CD, but I think it's very important that we, as adults, and especially people with children, know what we're consuming online. And also, if you I've really been thinking about this a lot. My experience online is not my experience in real life.
Yeah.
For all that you know what I mean? Like, lean on what you're experiencing in real life. If I see like rage baiting and racism, and I'm interacting with these like crazy right-wing people, and I'm seeing videos of like people calling, white people calling black people the N-word, or white people saying to someone with an accent, or I'm going to call ICE on you, it is enough to make you like ragey. But then when I go outside in my neighborhood and I go to work, or I go to lunch, or I go to dinner or something, I'm seeing black people and white people, and I'm interacting with them, and they're interacting with me, and we're going to a Mexican restaurant, and the restaurant is full of immigrants. It's like, what's real? What's real is what you're actually seeing, not what you're experiencing online.
I want to actually piggyback off of that, because I have a great example about that, because that statement is so true. what is online is not real. What you
real.
experience is your truth. I remember years back, it was about like 10 or so years ago, when it was this whole when the gender wars started with Black women and Black men, and it was this whole, we're losing, the black men are choosing non-Black partners, and what the sisters are opening up to swirling, and it just became so crazy. That's why I always try to like bring y'all to reality. What you are seeing is just online. That is not the truth. I always like to exclaim that I am a Black American. Everybody in my family on both sides, my mama and my papa, Black American. The majority of us are dark. I got one Italian person in my family, and please don't tell her that she is Italian. She tried to seriously, she tried to play like she is biracial, but we seen the parents. Anyway, I fell into that propaganda. I fell into the Black race is dying, Black women and Black men hate each other. There's no hope. I'm not going to be able to get a Black husband, and it's just over. And I will never forget, I was like right around the time I went home for Christmas in Philly. When I tell you, I flew into a PHL. Arnold, as soon as I stepped foot in that airport, the Philly niggas was on me. I couldn't beat them off of me. And it was such a hilarious moment to have, because I was so down in the dumps. And I was just like, I gotta get offline. That was 10 years ago. I was just like, that is not, first of all, it had never been my reality. But I was believing it for some reason, that I was believing something that never happened to me.
Yeah.
Be my reality when it never was. Think of
how many white people it resonates with them when certain individuals say that, like, oh, white people are being replaced and immigrants are going to take over the country and they're the largest like minority and stuff. But they live in fucking Idaho and they don't see no immigrants and they don't see no Latino. It's like, what are you concerned about? This is not your reality. What are you talking about?
That viral meme of this guy writes in quotations, the immigrants are coming to take my job. And the person responds and says, yeah, Tom, Jamal the surgeon is coming to take your job at McDonald's. Yeah. Y'all are being ridiculous.
Y'all are being ridiculous.
It does not, they are not taking your jobs. You work at Foot Locker.
Yeah. A guy in, there was an interview with a guy in Maine, and he worked on like when, he was like an engineer and he built windmills or something like that. Like he was a builder. He built stuff. He built, windmills. And Trump like hates windmills. Mm-hmm. So he like canceled all the contracts for windmills and stuff. So this man, he lives in Maine. He's unemployed. And he was just talking about how disappointed he was and how he lost his job. And he was like, I voted for Trump. And they're like, okay, why did you vote for Trump? Like, what made you vote for Trump? And he was like, I was really concerned about the border, all the immigrants coming in from the border. You work on windmills in Maine. What were you seeing at the border in Texas or California that made you so compelled to vote for this racist man who hates windmills, and your job is to build windmills? But you cared more about immigrants not getting here, the immigrants you never see, never interact with, don't impact your life, but you voted for someone who directly impacted your life because of it's just like, this is not reality. Now, I do get it if you're constantly being fed diaspora wars, race wars, and you've never met a trans person, but somehow you heard that trans women play sports, and for some reason you think that's a bad thing. I actually never got the whole trans women playing sports thing and why people think it's such a bad thing. But you know what I mean? But like, you convince yourself to these things, and then when you ask them like, oh, how many trans athletes do you know? Name one. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's also the opposing party is the Republican Party is able to create the boogeyman for these people who have innocent lives.
Right.
And I hate to bring this back to the Housewives, but I will. I was watching the last episode of before the reunion, the Real Housewives of Potomac. Andy Cohen came in and interviewed Karen about getting out of prison or whatever, and
my girl.
she kept on naming that she had a prescription pill addiction, but she would not name alcoholism. She would not name that she had a problem with alcohol. And Andy called it out, and he was like, "Why won't you just call out the fact that you also have a problem with alcohol?" And she said, "Because it's easier for me to say that I have a pill problem because my doctor prescribed the pills, so I can blame him. Me calling out that I have a problem with alcohol because that's not prescribed to me, that's something that I did, it's a little harder because now I have to blame myself."
Wow, that was really honest of her.
Love that. And so that's what's happening here. It's like the Republicans sit people who are depressed, bless you, who are depressed and upset about where their lives is or where their lives are. They sold them a boogeyman.
Yeah.
You can blame the Mexican person that you never met. You can blame the Black American that you never met. They can be responsible for all of your issues. You don't have to be responsible for anything because it's always somebody else's fault. And it is so easy to blame others than to hold yourself accountable. So it's very genius for the Republican Party to do that because all of these people look at MAGA.
It's not that genius. They didn't come up with it.
They didn't come up with it. Look at MAGA.
Movements have done before.
They're down and out. They're the losers of society.
The losers.
It's like they can say, "Oh, I'm not able to get the woman of my dreams because the libs are poisoning women."
Right.
The woman of your dreams because, no shade, you tender-eyed. You're not attractive and you ain't got no money. Like if you're going to be ugly and try to approach a woman, you better have some coin.
Yeah.
So you don't got you ugly, you ain't got no coin, and you ain't got no swag.
Yeah.
And then to top it off, you dumb, like you have to come with something.
And
so now
you hate women. So why do you?
So you don't even have to make yourself interesting because now you can just blame this party for making these women not like you. No, you smell.
Yeah.
Your girl left you because she keeps on begging you to wash your dingaling. But feminism. No, it's you. But if you never have to take accountability, if you can always find the boogeyman, the Republican Party will eat forever.
Yeah.
And that's the issues we are dealing with today, y'all. Dahlia said Trump and company are taking advantage of deep-seated racism while fleecing the pockets of their voters. Billionaires took the industrial jobs back in '84. Sir, not Juan and DT. That's another thing about these small towns that have been ravished with poverty and meth. How are you mad at an immigrant you never met and not mad at the white-led and owned company that left your town and took over the job?
I do not understand that. I'm like, I actually do think that like maybe there's some validity to them being mad at someone. It ain't immigrants though.
They will never look in the mirror.
It ain't immigrants.
You're mad at your situation. You keep on voting for the lepers that eat your face.
Yeah. Because you live in a town and the town was built after like a coal mine or around a coal mine that hasn't been open in 30 years. And you just like, y'all got to move on. Like,
they just have, they create this boogeyman that does never, that so that they will never have to be accountable. It will always.
Yeah, wait, I'm sorry. Somebody just said, yeah, you concerned about the border, but you live in a landlocked state in the Midwest. There's 92% white. Like, what immigrants are you seeing?
It's never their fault.
It's
always a brown person.
Yeah.
Always said. My coworker in Idaho asked me about the board because I'm in Texas. The board is because I'm in Texas. I said, what the hell are you talking about? Texas used to be Mexico. Let's stop tripping while living on stolen land. Here's the thing. especially in California, where people try to pop off, like not all, but some people try to pop off that immigrant nonsense. All of our freaking produce is from Mexico.
All of the produce.
What are you doing? All of our produce is from Mexico.
No. I want to stop there. Like we talked about living in Philadelphia and we, live on these streets. Mm-hmm. Y'all live in Los Angeles, Los Feliz, Ventura. Like these are, what are y'all doing?
Like, what are we talking about? All our produce comes from Mexico. What are we talking? So you really want to beef with them people? Yeah. We will starve. What is the issue? Go back to Mexico. They're in it. Los Angeles. They're in it. You are lucky that they're like, you can stay. It is so ridiculous when you actually just sit with how foolish all of this is. It's all so made up, but enough people believe the lie that we're here. Like the idea that somebody is better than another person because of the color of their skin is insane. But enough people believe it. It doesn't make a lick of sense. There's no reasoning to it, but enough people believe it. And enough people believe a lie. Whew, you in danger, girl.
And we in danger, girl.
America, you in danger, girl. Dahlia said, when I learned the trans community make up less than 1% of the population, I stopped caring. Let those people live. They already had it hard.
That's a perfect example. But when you talk to some of these people, they are obsessed with trans people and trans issues. And I have asked, I'm like, have you ever met? First of all, it's two things. Most people have never knowingly met a trans person because all trans people are not telling you and identifying as trans. You could just meet a woman and you don't know her tea. She's just a woman. So when they are so obsessed with trans people and they think trans people are like dangerous, I'm like, first of all, what trans people are you interacting with? Secondly, what danger to you is a trans person changing their gender?
It's not.
And there's so few of them. And so it's like trans this, trans that. And it's like, but what? I had a woman tell me once, you would care if you were a parent of a girl who was playing on a team with a trans girl. And I said, are you a parent of a girl who plays on a team with a trans girl? No. Do you know anyone who's a parent of a girl who plays on a team with a trans girl? Can you tell me anything negative that happened with? And she was answering my questions, and I was just like, oh, this is an idiot. She was insane. It's easy for you to say you would care if you were a parent. And I'm like, oh, tell me your experience. She had none. She'd had none. They're less than 1% of the population.
This is why it's like with MAGA, I'm like, it's not just racism. It's these people. It's hate.
They're stupid.
Yeah, they're losers. So it's like they are not the attractive people. They are not the cool people. They are not the talented people. They are jealous and envious of people who have what they think they should have. Yeah. So instead of getting their weight up, right? Instead of, getting a BBL, instead of getting some education, getting some hair plugs, going, getting something, wrestling, whatever, instead of improving themselves in some kind of way.
Instead of getting educated.
They create this boogeyman, which is everybody else. Everybody else is the problem, and nothing is wrong with me.
They think actually they're like anti-education, like, oh, when you go to college, you become woke. It's like, you just have a degree. You don't become anything.
Woke is a negative term.
Right. Like, do you even the whole, like, first of all, Black people don't say woke anymore. But secondly, it's like, you just want to be asleep the whole time. You don't want to awaken anything. All of California is Mexican.
So you're reading your own self. Like, it's all. Kay said, like, first of all, spell transgender. They can't. And honestly, guys, my comments, this is not me just like being mean to try to dig at MAGA. It's the truth, right?
It's the truth.
Are the down and out people of society, the pariahs, of society. And they hate the fact that they are not, conventionally attractive. They don't have what other people have, like, especially with white men. They feel like they should have everything because America promised them everything. And when you meet a white man,
and they feel victimized if they don't have it.
Victimized. When you meet a white man who doesn't have, not at the top of the food chain, don't have everything that he was told that he should have, instead of looking at the fact that you were lied to, he gets mad at everybody else. And the next thing you know, you
were lied to.
The post office.
You were lied to by another white person.
Mm-hmm.
You were lied to by a rich white person, not an immigrant, and not a black person, and not a trans person, and not a gay person.
But I also think it's a choice to not see that enemy, because
of course,
if you recognize that you were lied to, you got to do a lot of work.
Karen Huger, I mean, that was a perfect example. Like, they don't want to do any introspection. They want to say it was them. I want to say that it was my doctor who prescribed me these pills. I don't want to say that it's because I'm an alcoholic and I drink.
Yep. Because I can blame somebody else. Give Me Shelter said, I think they obsess because they are secretly drawn to the communities they proclaim opposition to. Places that platform hate speech give cover to dangerous people. It is unhealthy. You are absolutely right. Let's get two more and then let's get out of here. The one she said, they defunded PBS and NPR. They want us to become Leave It to Beavers. Well, they want to take away our knowledge. They want to take our education. They want to keep us ignorant. Like I said, I didn't know there was a huge protest in LA until the next day after it was over. Like, they don't want you to be informed, because if you're not informed, hello, MAGA. They are the most uneducated political voting group out there. They don't know anything. And even trying to give them facts, they are so far gone, it will not work. Has been kept from
super love this comment, because that is exactly what that was. Like, if you can choose to watch Fox News, you could choose to watch like CNN or MSNBC or something like that, but that's really like if you have cable and you're choosing it. But like, most people know when you go to PBS and NPR, that's where just like the flat out news is or whatever, right? So they're like, if we can get rid of that, then that takes away an information source. If we can take over TikTok, that takes away an information source. So that was very, very strategic why they took that away, because like, NPR and PBS is really just going to be like telling the facts or whatever. It's not corporate media. They're not looking for like these crazy ratings, because they have the same budget either way. Funny enough, I just got my letter today from PBS and WHYY.
Oh, yay!
And I will be donating, because that is what and I encourage everyone to donate to PBS, donate to NPR, because like, it didn't go away. It's just not. Is not publicly funded. It's funded through us. So we got to make sure. So like, when y'all in this live, send me and Nikki some money, but also like, send PBS or NBR some money as well. Yes, that is very, very, turn the TV off.
Yes. Kylie C said, it's always these people fault for the issues in their lives. It makes them feel better about themselves to blame others. Yeah, because then you don't have to do any work. You don't have to change. You don't have to make yourself a better person. You, in this late form of humanity, is the best place to be in your mind. It takes the onus and accountability off of you, and you put it on somebody else. We are going to end with Devonda said, wow, no more fashion tea. Devonda, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but what I said was, because of the whole controversy with Shaboozey and the Grammys, I want to change the thumbnail to move fashion tea to another time with me and Arnold, because I wanted to give us time to discuss that, because I felt like it needed space. It wasn't something that we needed to move on from. And I'm glad that we gave it that space, but please look out for the real fashion tea. This is just the Grammys recap at this point. Arnold and I are going to find a day, if not this week, next week, to discuss the topics that we wanted to talk about in Fashion Tea. And you'll probably see us here for something else. But thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you all for being respectful in the comments and just listening and learning. That's how we get to greatness, which is the goal, right? Yeah. Together as a nation, we can do it. It's possible. We just did it here. Yeah. Love you all, and we'll see.
Wait.
Oh, what? Go ahead.
Best dress.
Oh yes, best dress. Let me bring it up. The best dressed for me. You gotta go all the way to the front. Sorry, Audra. I did. I love this. I thought this was so cool. I did not know who they were. I didn't see her red carpet until you told me. This was so cool and appropriate for the Grammys. And then you reminded me of her Golden Globes. I like what she's doing, and I'm going to look out for her more.
Yeah. I want to see what she wears to the Oscars.
Me too. Best dressed man. Hold on. I didn't like his, well, I won't say I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. The red carpet, no. I could not forget his performance.
Look.
Somber.
Was that Valentino too?
Huh?
I said, was that Valentino too?
It's not giving Valentino, but it could be. I love that. It gave me rock star, and I think that's what he was going for, and he did it.
That's what he's going for.
He did it. Honorable mention. This was such a look.
Geffelstein.
This was such a look. Loved it. How about you? Best dressed woman, best dressed man.
Best dressed one. Let me see. Let me go through my list. Tiana Taylor.
Oh yes,
I loved it. Tiana.
I would have given it to her. I'm waiting for the Oscars.
Yeah, Tiana.
I'm waiting for the Oscars.
I love this. I like this better than her Golden Globes, and I think she never looks bad. It's just like, which outfit do you like better? But this was like, I thought that this was like the look of the night. Like she looks smoking, and of course Bad Bunny. Like he looked incredible to me. Like this looks so good. He looks so good.
I can agree with those. That back is nice.
Like that is so cool. And I love velvet. Like I love a velvet tuxedo.
Yeah, he looked good.
He looked so suave. His hair looks good. Like I just thought he looked so good.
It's his moment. And what? Okay. Oh gosh, we got to talk about the Benito Bowl coming up. But it's his season, and he's going to eat it. Very proud of you.
Yeah, now I'm back to, and I'm happy because I'm back to just watching the halftime show and not having to pretend like I care about football, because
I only care about the Super Bowl when it's the Eagles.
Yeah, and Eagles.
Thank God.
I mean, in the last 2 years, it was Eagles last year, and we were in the Super Bowl the year before, right? We just lost.
I don't know if it was a year before, but yeah,
we lost to Kansas City.
This was ours to win.
So like, I'll be into the game if it's the Eagles. Now I don't have to pretend. I don't care.
Now we don't have to pretend. It's just the Benito Bowl for me.
It's Green Day.
Huh?
It's Green Day.
Oh, yes.
It's Green Day and the Benito Bowl. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Me and Arnold will probably discuss that sometime next week as well. And also look out for Fashion Tea. Again, thank you all so much for joining us. I really love this community here. I really do love the Star family. And I thank you for holding space for all of us and allowing us to share our experiences and just being so kind, respectful, and loving. This is a very healthy community. Thank you for being here. We love you. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share because you care. Please bless Arnold. He gave us 4 hours out of his very busy schedule, and we love him for it. Hit him up.
Give it to me so I can give it to PBS.
Yes, give it to him so he can give it to PBS. But also, Arnold has great fashion insights, so check him out as well. I'll put all this information in the description box, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.